Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Who's Online Is It Anyway, where everything is made up, especially the tolerance and inclusion, and the facts don't matter. I'm Toxic Male, and sitting across from me, about to open up his girlfriend, is Terrence Popp.
What's up, you savage sad sacks? Pour a shot with me because we got some good shit to go over tonight.
Yes, we do. And sitting to my left, returning to the show, totally a surprise even to me.
And me.
Senior Airman Richard Fitzwell, if you know what I mean. Rigger, please.
What's going to start now?
Of course it's going to start now.
You got another story for us?
Welcome back to the show, good sir.
Yeah, I got another Fitzwell story for your audience, Pop.
They love the Army stories. But before we start, how many people we have in the queue?
452 currently watching, good sir. And
right.
It's only going to get better from here.
Okay.
Outstanding.
All right.
All right, Richard.
I'm not going to...
Dickard, what do you got for us?
I'm not going to disclose the unit or
No.
who I was with. No.
It's all right.
They're good guys. They're all good guys. I loved working with these guys.
But how many years have you been gone? I mean, if it's been more than 3 years, those guys are gone.
Well, irrelevant.
All right, I got you. Yeah.
So, anyways, we're doing this operation for the State Department in South America, in Bogota, Colombia.
And that happened all the time.
Yes.
Because I went down there a few times for counter-drug stuff back in the day.
No, this was not for that.
No,
I mean,
but that was me back in the day in Colombia.
This was, but this was for nothing too spectacular. So I go down there with these two gentlemen, and they were looking for a volunteer. And, of course, I volunteered for the shittiest missions that I could possibly get, just to build the rapport with the guys. All right?
Well, you mean you put in your dues like you're supposed to?
It builds
It
character.
didn't matter what rank I was. Just put your time in. Okay. Well, before we deployed, we had a week of briefings and training, and one of the longest briefings was the amount of STDs that were in Bogota.
Oh my God!
Riggs!
Totally true though.
Riggs!
Yeah, it literally wrapped around the alphabet twice.
Wow.
Oh.
There was some stuff down there that they just didn't know.
The herpaganosyphilis.
Beyond that.
Gonorrhea. No.
So, okay, keep it in your pants while you're down there. You're only there for a month. Whatever.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not. It's not that.
No pun intended.
But in Colombia, South American women.
I know.
We know.
They are fine. I totally get it.
Yeah.
My sympathy is for the sufferers of the story that's coming up, because I know what's next.
Well, okay. So we're into our operations. It's like 2 weeks in. And everything's running smooth. The management's going fine where we were at. It was no big deal. It's basically just logistics and management. Whatever. Well, it was like my intro to airfield management anyways. All right. Well, one of the deployed members I was with, he kept wearing these sunglasses, all right? And he kept wiping his eye.
Oh, no.
Well, the other one, I just heard him kept hacking. Just like,
After Thursday's stream, I think I know where this is going.
So I said, okay, this ain't right. I said, take off the sunglasses.
Oh, no.
And he had the biggest weeping pink eye I ever saw.
It wasn't pink eye. It was probably gonorrhea eye or something.
Did he get pink eye from somebody's brown eye?
Who knows?
Hey.
Hang on. This is
Now, and at the same time, the other one who was hacking, just, oh my gosh, his breath was horrible. Worse than goat bellies.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Yes. And I'm like, okay, all right, guys.
Oh no.
What the hell?
Oh no.
What the hell? They're like, and they finally broke. They said, yeah, they got with one of the working girls in the hotel because the security lets them into the hotel courtyard and stuff. It's rather palatial. It's very nice. But you see the working girls, they pay off the... Yeah.
And we know how it works.
Yeah, we know how it works. They pay off the security. Well, anyways, I guess they I don't know if they got with the same chick.
I want to know how one is coughing and the other one has his eye checked. What the hell happened there?
Well, okay, I said, all right, you dumb motherfuckers.
Were they like in a four-way and there was a misfire that went to his eye?
Let me finish. It gets grosser. Okay.
Oh, my.
All right. And I could just tell. All right. You got drip in the eye. You got drip in the throat. So the one with pink eye goes, don't give us any shit, Sergeant Fitzwell. I says, you don't use my alter ego name here. I'm going to be your grumpy and wiser NCO here. You guys need to disguise yourself as the public. You need to go somewhere downtown on the economy with the local doctor. He'll clear this shit up. And it's done.
Yeah.
We don't need to discuss it anymore like nothing happened.
That's exactly what I would have done.
Okay. No. They go to the physician's assistant at the hotel.
Okay. This is not going to go well.
The PA calls back for shot records.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
So the PA rats them out. Well, they ratted themselves out. Well, the PA called back.
Well, they ratted themselves out because they didn't do what the senior NCO told them to do.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
And that happens all the time.
Yeah. They don't listen. They always think they know what's better.
Yeah.
They didn't go on the economy. They didn't get the shot and the harsh talking to. They just went to the PA because they thought, well, you know, since the FARC is out there and they got a little paranoid, so they decided to keep it safe.
Sorry.
All right.
They had a standing order from a full bird not to let the little head out.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. So they're fucked.
So story was they freaking, I don't know, they must have Eiffel Towered the same chick or something. I don't know what position, but obviously one in the throat, one in the eye.
So they fucked themselves getting fucked.
Yes.
Okay.
Getting spit roasted.
Oh, gosh.
Well, they actually spit roasted their own career because they're disobeyed a full bird colonel.
Well, the flight surgeon calls the group commander.
Uh-huh.
Satellite phone rings about 2 hours. I just got freaking counseling these two morons.
Yeah.
Nice guys, but man, they weren't thinking.
They were thinking with a little head.
Yeah.
And that's where the saying comes, I need that like a hole in the head. There you go.
Yep.
I answer the phone, and it's the man.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he goes, look, you put them two dumb motherfuckers on the same plane. I don't care if they fly with the suitcases, first class, second class. I don't give a shit if they got to row themselves on a fucking raft. You get their asses back here, and you tell them they do not go home. They come straight to the fucking carpet.
Ooh, that's not good.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was not the...
No, that literally means when you come straight to the carpet,
your career's over.
You show up in front of the commanding officer at attention in your dress, your Class A's if you have them.
Oh, no, that was in civilian clothes.
Oh, no, they're fucked then.
I heard it was bad. Bad. So, and then everything's just like, then the end of the phone conversation says, we're going to have two more come down there to help you with the management and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's great, sir. I was like thinking to myself, why? And I'm telling these two guys, why did you not listen to me?
Uh-huh.
Get on the economy, go to the doctor, clear it up. You got your harsh talking to.
It costs $50.
Yeah.
That may not even that.
Yeah, you're like it's dirt cheap down there.
Yeah, you could have found any doctor at any pharmacy to give you the stuff you needed.
Yeah.
Here's the secret. All right, I always had my own medical kit with me.
Yeah, I know you did.
And in that medical kit was a 10-day cycle of doxycycline and amoxicillin and some tetracycline, just in case I had a guy come back to formation and want to go on sick call with drippy dick. No. Here's the antibiotics. You don't say shit. If this doesn't start clearing up within 3 days, we'll reevaluate you going on sick call.
Yeah. So,
and most of the time, it worked, and they were fine. It cleared up whatever was going on.
yeah.
I didn't have a lot of paperwork. I didn't have to go stand
But it
before
was the
man.
most disgusting thing I ever saw. I see this eye. I'm like, oh my God.
You can go blind from that.
It was, how do you get drip in the eye?
Well, I know there had to be a 4-way, and somebody misfired into somebody's eye, and then somebody put their mouth on something.
Hey, some of these chicks are like fire hydrants when you run into them in an action movie.
Yeah.
Not that I would know about that. Or anything.
But for once, I was like just absolutely disappointed because they were both good guys. And
I personally,
yeah,
you know, I would fuck them up a little bit. I wouldn't.
No,
fuck
I
their
wasn't
career.
gonna-
I'm not gonna fuck a dude's career up because he wants to fuck a whore.
well,
Okay, I'm not doing that.
but the same one, two of them on the same one.
Well, there would be some waivers of don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what's going on here?
Well, we do
Hey,
remember
hey.
the story of there's one chick and 6 rangers.
It was more than 6.
Well,
A lot of guys in that room.
well, anyways, I said, what convinced both of you to do this?
Gonorrhea geyser.
She gave us a 2-for-1 offer.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
All right. Okay.
It's just like ladies when J.C. Penney, decided to take away the sale prices and just make their stuff cheaper.
All right, now-
Sales dropped because people just can't
The
resist.
people
sale.
out there need to understand, especially in the Army.
Wow.
All right.
Ugh.
You are going to get fucked with mercilessly for shit like that.
Yes.
Did they have to clip a coupon for that? I mean,
Buy her a few drinks.
I have no idea. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
It was just, come on, guys.
Well, how old were they?
Mid-20s.
They're
Close
dick
to
thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I've been there. 2 for 1? All right.
yeah.
She looks, let's do this.
2 for 1 at Carmen's Convalescent Cunt Castle.
Of course.
I'm in.
Of course, if I was to partake in shit like that, I would already pre-game with antibiotics and have a rubber
No,
on.
what just got me shaking my head was like a 2-for-1. Who gives a 2-for-1 offer?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh.
And I put the guys, I got them through the airport, and it's just, all right.
You're fucked.
That's what I was thinking, man. It's like that dialogue bubble in a comic book. I'm like, oh, they're done. If they got to go before the man, they're screwed.
They're gonna lose the stripe.
When I got back, I never saw him again. Yeah.
That's a
Well, that's what happens.
I like what I remember. You told me the story a while ago, and I remember that part where you never saw him again. Mm-hmm. That's the part I don't agree with. Okay, because they probably negatively impact their careers. You know, I would have just fucked him up, give him an Article 15. I would have kept it probably company grade so it didn't go into the permanent file.
Well, it's
and they would be 11 janitors for like 3 months.
yes, but just for the fact the man is not screwing around, so he had to set an example with these two.
I know, but listen, setting examples is never really a good idea.
No, trust me. I got debriefed by the man about what the hell happened. That's just, I don't know. I
know. I've been there. How did such and such get syphilis? I don't know, sir. I wasn't fucking him. It's not funny, Pop. It's not funny.
Well, the only thing I said to the man, was she offered a 2-for-1 deal, sir.
Yeah.
He's just looking at me like I was just,
Not what I wanted to hear.
yeah. He goes, okay, all right. You went through damn near a 4-hour brief on this stuff, and it just didn't seem to sink in. Well, apparently I can at least trust my NCOs, but not my younger officers.
Yeah. and I can recall similar situations where I had to break news like that to my commander, and I always start off with, sir, in a year or so, we're all going to look back and laugh at this.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Well,
All right, let's see. Let's move on. We got to get through some more
All
shit.
right,
here.
we're going to move on, but before we do that, we're going to give a shout out to tonight's sponsor, Aaron Clarey, Book of Numbers.
You need to buy the Book of Numbers. There's a link in the description,
Hey,
down
I
there.
screwed that up. I'm going to play that again because I screwed it up.
Oh,
I
did.
didn't see it there. I'm reading this
Audio
book,
wasn't going through.
and it quite possibly is the best book ever written because I'm in it. Winning. If you want to know the rate of return on dating women, you need to buy the Book of Numbers. There's a link in the description, down there in the penis area. Meet Gazer!
Welcome back.
There it is. Buy the book.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now.
And that's not photoshopped.
No.
You are in that book.
I'm in this book, but I'm telling you that right now, when I read this book, this guy, I'm really big on numbers and stats and trying to explain, how lives are going to turn out because I always play the numbers.
Yeah.
But the way I do it, I am direct, but the way he does it, he's an artist.
Absolutely.
He literally takes it down to the gnat's ass. This is well worth it. You guys need to get this book.
Hell yeah. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We're almost up to 1,000 people on YouTube.
Sweet.
And for those of you who think that we only broadcast on YouTube, there are links in the Meat Gazer box down there for all the channels that we broadcast on. And there's probably more of them than you can shake a Richard Fitzwell at.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight we're going to talk about burning down the Rittenhouse. Yeah.
More Rittenhouse craziness. Now, what I've noticed, okay, he was found not guilty by a jury of his peers.
Yep.
Okay, that is a fact. All of the shit that went down was introduced into court.
Yep.
Everyone had an opportunity to review all of the evidence, and there was a lot of shenanigans taking place from the prosecution.
Yeah.
Okay, quite literally, with the volume of what was going on, that judge was well within his boundaries to say, fuck this, mistrial with prejudice.
Well, without a doubt.
And with a mistrial with prejudice, that means the prosecutor and the people bringing the case, they can be sued.
Well, the prosecution was the best defense for Rittenhouse anyways.
It really was. Every witness they put on the stand completely imploded.
I know.
They did.
Well,
They perjured themselves on the stand. One minute they pull up their feeds off of what? Facebook?
Yeah.
And the next minute they're on the stand completely just
Yeah.
whatever. Well, I really
yeah, they lied to the police. They lied. I mean, the prosecutors lied to the defense.
well, it seems now like the celebrity community now is chirping in and they're just running their liquors nonstop.
Yeah.
They're going to get sued.
What's his nuts from The Mandalorian was calling Joseph Rosenbaum a hero. I was like, I always knew that Hollywood had a thing for pedos, and you just proved my point.
Yes.
There you go.
Because that's
like it.
exactly what he was.
What's the next one here?
Well, let's for those of you out there who actually don't know, and there's a shocking number of people who don't know. I'm not anybody who watches this show, I'm sure, which is why we're just going to kind of rocket through this. All of this began because the media lied about a black dude getting shot in the back. And apparently, they're still lying about him because this article is from 3 days ago.
Yep.
ESPN host says Jacob Blake was killed. No correction from network. He wasn't killed. He is paralyzed. He is paralyzed.
Partially paralyzed.
Because he went for a knife
in a gunfight.
in the front of his car after feuding with cops for a while because he was violating a restraining order for a woman that he had assaulted in the past.
Yes.
Am I correct on
That's absolutely correct.
jail?
And it was a pretty significant scuffle with the police, too.
Yes, it was. And from what I saw, it went on for quite a little while. And
Yeah.
they showed him a lot of patience before he decided to go for a lethal weapon.
Well, most people don't seem to understand. If I am within 8 feet of you and I have a knife and you have a gun, I can literally be on top of you before you even clear leather and probably stab you between 1 and 6 fucking times.
Well,
Yeah.
statistically, it's the critical distance between a knife and a gun is 21 feet.
Yeah, I know. I was breaking that down
Yeah.
because,
I know you like numbers.
No. In our circle,
Yes.
we go against people who are trained.
Yeah.
Yeah, people who are trained, you need to be a lot closer to them than
I've
21 feet all day long. I could literally write the Torah, draw my pistol, and shoot a smiley face in your chest.
Well, yeah.
That's just me though. What do I know?
Pew, pew.
I saw gruesome stuff similar to that when I worked in the prison.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
All right, let's go to the next one here.
Horrible. So the first riots in Kenosha took place because the media lied about a black man being killed. Now, they're still lying about black men being killed even after the trial. The Independent falsely states Rittenhouse shot 3 black men. No, this didn't happen last year. It is still happening. This was November 19th. How embarrassing is this?
Well, this is what's going on. They are literally tripling down on this stupid. They're going to get all sued for this. This is bullshit.
What did I say earlier? Salmon and Rittenhouse have to share custody on CNN.
Yep. Look at this. Kyle Rittenhouse cleared of murder after shooting dead 2 Black Lives Matter protesters. Full story. Teenager who shot 3 black men with rifle found not guilty on all charges. Did anyone watch the trial?
That's
Apparently
propaganda for it.
not.
Holy shit.
They're pushing propaganda. Propaganda doesn't stand up to truth and facts.
No, it doesn't.
Well, if you look at this case logically, it was more about the case of having the right to own a gun for self-defense.
Yes.
It wasn't about Kyle at all. It was about the ownership and the use of force in this case.
Yeah. Riots, stunning and brave, peaceful protests, self-defense, white supremacy, murder. That is
Listen,
what they were trying to.
If you are in an area and there's a mass protest going on, and all of a sudden stuff starts catching on fire, and the police say this is now a riot, and you don't leave, you are an active participant in that riot.
Oh, yeah, you bought tickets to the show, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, what's the next one?
What do we got
Oh,
here?
more misinformation.
More misinformation coming out here. Again, this is very recent. So these are just 3 of the lies that are still being parroted on social media after the trial that exonerated him. Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3 black men. Kyle Rittenhouse traveled across state lines with a gun. Kyle Rittenhouse had an AK-47. So we decided, fuck it. We're going to debunk not only these myths, but virtually every single one that we have heard tonight.
Right.
We're not going to show you every single source we have, but all sources will be available on redonkulous.com.
Absolutely correct. Now, first of
that's how we
all,
roll.
that wasn't an AK-47. It was an
AR-15.
AR-15.
Yes.
2 different rounds, 2 different methods of how those weapons work.
Yes.
Come on now. Come on.
You know, the cream to this shit cake would have been the judge handing back Kyle Rittenhouse's rifle. Don't forget this, son.
Yeah.
He did that. That was good.
I think this is yours. Eye of the tiger kicks.
Yes, Eye of the tiger kicks.
Eye of the tiger. Just walking.
That's awesome.
Cuts to the judge back on the bench like this.
And if you really want to gaslight this, finish what you started.
Yes. Oh, rigor, please.
Oh, here it goes. Oh, boy. All right.
So my personal favorite myth that I have heard is, Kyle Rittenhouse went there to hunt down black people. No, he was there to render aid and put out fires as a volunteer firefighter. Do we have receipts? Yes, we do. In fact, even YouTube has them. Kenosha dumpster fire put out by Good Samaritan in location where Kyle Rittenhouse was attacked. Actually, the Good Samaritan was Kyle Rittenhouse. Yep. That's why they were screaming, fuck you, is because they were trying. This is a gas station. That is a gas station.
Yep.
You know, if Kyle Rittenhouse had not been there fighting fires and, basically providing, what do we call it, deterrence just by having a weapon, then the headline the next day probably would have read 30 BLM idiots killed in gas station explosion.
By a white supremacist.
By a white supremacist,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they're the ones who freaking...
But I said it before and I'll say it again. Rittenhouse should have had 3 people with him. He never should have been there alone.
I amen to that. Is that you're never...
If he'd had 3 people with him, none of this would have ever happened.
Nope. Let's see. Police were told to stand down as businesses were destroyed. And this was commonplace all last year.
And this is that's going to be one of the reasons why these insurance companies are not going to pay the claims.
They don't have to pay the claim. Okay? They can fight it. And the insuree can fight the insurance company but these businesses and as well as anybody who owns a vehicle for that matter should really read their insurance policy, and in there, from what I understand, it says we do not have to cover any of your personal property if caught during a riot.
Yeah.
Now,
Or act of war.
or act of war. So always read that fine print. It's just ridiculous. But
Yeah.
that was after the Rodney King, 92.
Can't we all just get along?
Yes.
Oh. So what's the next myth? Well, he shouldn't have been in Kenosha. He had no other reason to be there. Well, it turns out his dad lives there, and he only lived with his mother in Illinois part-time. And his grandma was there, friends. They all lived in Kenosha, 20 minutes from where he resided with his mom part-time.
This just gets better and
And,
better.
you know, and this is where crossing state lines is not a big deal.
No.
You know, unless you plot to do a big event in one state, and then everyone travels across the state to execute that plan, then it gets a little more dicey.
Yeah. Now, we do have videos of this incident that, again, you will be able to access on redonkulous.com after the stream. We're
you
not
will
going
not
to
see
show
them
them
here.
because differential enforcement on YouTube and all that good shit. They will give us a strike if we show them just because it's
Really?
us.
So if you present the facts of the case, they give you guys a strike.
Yep.
Oh, just like if you're a preferred creator, you can have a thumbnail for one of your videos that's literally a hand pointing at an ass in booty shorts, but we show a woman with her legs up in a chair in a button-down shirt that reveals nothing, violates the sex and nudity community guidelines. You can't have that as your thumbnail.
Yep. It's happened dozens of times.
Oh, yeah. We've had tons of thumbnails taken down off of our main channel going years back, and they come up out of nowhere. Like, we're talking about videos 4 or 5 years old.
Yep. That have been cleared by manual review.
Well, I remember watching your channel all that time when the very first Redonkulous came out. When you gave everybody a brief what Redonkulous was, and you progressed forward with that.
Yeah, you remember the One Tit Wonder story?
Oh, yeah.
I put a fake boob that's clearly like one of those stress balls you buy at Hot Topic or some shit there as the O in Redonkulous. Age restricted. Can't have that in your thumbnail. Like, it's clearly fake. We already ruled on it. Bye-bye.
Yep. So stupid.
But this is what the page looks like. It's from heavy.com. They've got links to everything. So from various angles, even some things slowed down. So pass them out to your liberal buddies and wait for the explosion.
Yeah. So what was the piece of evidence that was the one grain of sand to tip the scales in Rittenhouse's favor?
It would probably be when the guy on the one of the victims or the guys who was shot
Victims.
on the witness stand said that Kyle did not fire upon him until he pointed his weapon at Kyle.
Yep, this is all those guys right here. They look so black. Joseph Rosenbaum, convicted felon, sex offender, level 3, failure to maintain register status. He anally raped boys aged, I believe, 8 to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least 5 of them, to my knowledge.
What a
Anthony
scumbag.
Huber, also a convicted felon, assault and battery, domestic abuse, false imprisonment, and an illegal weapon. Gage Grosskreutz also has some stuff on his record. I'm not really sure about this burglary thing. I didn't find anything else corroborating that, but it's just the pictures and the overall thing. These are not good people.
Well, they've had contact with the law.
So this is Antifa's finest, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We know
The finest
you know what we're up
scumbags
against.
money can't buy.
Yep.
Joseph Rosenbaum, in the videos you will see, knocked Rittenhouse down twice and then attempted to kick him with lethal force to the head. There was another dude, actually, a fourth dude, flying jump kick man.
Who the prosecutor knew who he was, but they never revealed that to the defense, so they never had a chance to
So they never
interview him.
brought him up. Yeah, they never brought him up as
That
on the
is
stand.
horseshit.
And he
right there.
actually was black, and guess who got to walk away alive? Gee, it's amazing. It's such a for a white supremacist, he's got really shitty aim.
Yeah, and they're saying like if he was a black man, he would be dead. He never would have made it into custody.
Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
You just wait.
I know there's
Just
some
wait, Riggers.
examples out there.
You just wait.
It just gets better and better.
Huber hit him in the head twice with a skateboard. Now, my personal favorite line about this is that, a skateboard is a toy. You can't possibly see a skateboard as a lethal weapon. Let's rewind the clock back 6 years.
Okay.
Man dies after being hit in the head with a skateboard during a fight in a Santa Ana Starbucks.
Oh,
So this is already a matter of legal record. A skateboard is a lethal weapon, or can be, in the hands of the wrong person.
Used with the intent to cause harm, that's when it
Absolutely.
makes it a weapon.
Well, anything could be.
Everything is war.
I mean, shit. In Alien, the freaking android almost killed Ripley by shoving a porno mag down her throat. You could probably do that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
So,
It's
yeah, all the
technique, not
evil
the
words that
preferred
come out of your mouth are lethal, huh?
Well, apparently to the left, yeah.
Yeah, to the left, yeah. Words are violence now. So.
Yeah.
If words are violence and a skateboard is a toy, who really needs mental help? Just asking for a friend.
I know. Just asking for a friend.
Disgusting.
What's the next one?
Let's see. Gage Grosskreutz, it's a felon in possession of a firearm, aimed his gun at Kyle first and admitted it while he was on the stand. We all saw that lovely
And
piece.
he's not being charged for, a felony for having a weapon,
Nope.
concealing that weapon because you see him on camera take it out, or pointing the weapon at an individual.
Yeah.
That's felonious assault at a minimum.
But we have numerous photos and video of Rittenhouse walking down the street with his finger off the trigger, phenomenal trigger discipline. And when it came down to it and it was him or them, phenomenal aim.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And he didn't, there were no like stray bullets or nothing. He just, he took care of his
Well,
business.
the prosecutors tried to get him for what was that? Reckless endangerment.
Yes.
But
I remember hearing
nah, it's not
And
going to
they literally like, no, we're not doing that.
Nope, and he didn't traffic the gun across state lines. It was there waiting for him.
And he was allowed to have it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everything here was all presented at trial, but the lamestream media did a really shitty job of covering it. If they did cover it, it was probably buried at the bottom of all the articles.
I'm just wondering why there isn't like a horde of attorneys suing the fuck out of these media outlets for this shit.
I don't know. And like I said, we didn't show you all the sources, but you will be able to find them on redonkulous.com after the stream.
All right.
It's just ridiculous. It's redonkulous. That's why we have to talk.
It's wrong. It's ridiculous. It's
So
ridiculous.
after the exoneration, of course, the media and, like you've said, celebrities have gone into
the experts in everything.
Oh, yeah. All of a
COVID.
sudden, everyone on Facebook has a law degree whenever something like this happens that they disagree with.
Yes. Yes.
So much fail.
The shithouse lawyers that know everything about the use of force and self-defense.
Yep.
Now, this particular article was published with a very different photo when it was first released. This happened after the Waukesha massacre.
Oh, and they're showing the January 6th.
Yep, and they decided to change it. There's nothing more frightening in America today than an angry white man. Read this at your own peril. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to read any more than that. This is...
Despite the fact, you go down to Chicago, it's a war zone.
Yep.
Baltimore, shithole. Detroit, shithole. Pittsburgh, shithole. L.A.,
Yep.
shitholes.
Portland.
San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, shitholes.
The New York Times actually set out to find where all of the income disparity and bad housing, all that stuff comes from. They stumbled across the fact that it all comes from blue states, blue areas. That's where the most income inequality is. That's where all of the housing problems are. That's where all the violence and the crime is. Shocker.
Yeah. Well,
Smell it?
when me and the wife would go downtown to New Orleans, literally the homeless would be backed right up to businesses and just like, no big deal. This is where we squat, and you can't do anything about it.
For now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're going to reelect the same city
Dumbass.
mayor.
Yep.
Yep.
And they did that with Coleman Young. And look, Detroit was like the Paris of the East or the West.
Yeah.
It was the Paris of the Midwest.
In the mid 60s. And now it's an absolute fucking shithole.
Yes, it is.
Well, after the race riots in '68, all the old Jewish money
Left.
Their tax base was just completely picked up and left and moved into Grosse Pointe,
Yes.
Beverly Hills, Rochester, Birmingham.
And that was also right after they pushed through the Detroit income tax bullshit.
And it came down hard on the automotive industry there, too.
And they moved the fuck out of Detroit as well.
Sterling
Most
Heights.
of them did,
yeah.
Oh, what's
Allen
the next?
Park.
What's the next one? We got to get through these.
We're actually setting a pretty decent pace.
Okay.
Now, this particular one here, if you have to sum up the stupidity of celebrities, the media, the cognitive disconnect of everyone involved because they cannot fucking be bothered to review any piece of evidence at all.
Because it's propaganda.
Rittenhouse verdict sets new legal precedent on white privilege. You know who allegedly wrote this? Stephanie Willis. I want everybody to let her know how we appreciate this piece of so-called journalism. She is allegedly an attorney, although an attorney should know better than to weigh in on a case that they have clearly not looked at all. And policy strategist focusing on reforming the criminal legal system.
Policy strategist means this is my opinion and you better listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was an anchor on the Law and Crime Network. Oh, that explains it, because when you can't teach.
And has provided legal analysis for Fox News.
Yeah, whatever.
And if you can't teach Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just hysterical.
Or
I'll read you a little bit of this here.
Or teach shop class.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how long you make it before you guys start puking. What do you say?
All right.
Opinion. The Rittenhouse privilege has set a precedent that permits individuals to claim self-defense in the most outrageous of cases. Yeah, I know. I mean, when three guys are like bearing down on you, literally trying to kill you, and one of them, jump kicks you in the head and runs away. I mean, it's just so outrageous that you would want to defend yourself.
Yep.
Didn't Chris Cuomo actually say, I find it hard to believe that somebody who is chasing you down wants to kill you? Wow.
Wow. What an idiot. Oh, my God.
I'm not saying he sounds like a kid diddler.
And the ironic thing is that all these people will still retain their positions and jobs and still offer these shitty opinions that they know nothing about.
Yes, and that needs to come to an end.
They come off as very precocious because they sound like idiots.
They are quite idiots. Kyle Rittenhouse being found not guilty on all counts after more than 24 hours of deliberations can be summed up in one simple phrase: white privilege, which, by the way, we have completely debunked in three full videos.
Yep.
You can check them all out. Just Google Terrence Popp white privilege on YouTube and you'll see exactly. We went back to patient zero.
Yeah, we did.
Shit, because it's all anecdotal horse shit that comes from an old white bitch.
Yeah, we boiled that shit way down.
I remember hearing that speech. She comes out from the stage and starts spewing all of this white privilege, and the crowd of sheeple were just either in joy or in tears because, oh, Hillary.
Yeah. Here we go.
White privilege, huh?
Here we go.
Are you ready?
Here's the receipts.
Let's go.
You got to do it. Ready on the right?
Ready on the right. Ready on the left.
Ready on the left.
Ready in the center. All right. Lock and load. Watch your lane.
Florida man acquitted of shooting at deputies in raid that led to the death of his girlfriend. Gee, what color is him? I don't know. I mean, if the other guys were black, this guy must be amethyst. I don't know. I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Opaque.
Jurors found Andrew Coffey IV, like the drink and spelled the same, not guilty on charges of felony murder and attempted murder of a law enforcement officer on Friday, determining that he acted in self-defense when firing at deputies during a SWAT raid in 2017.
But that was a no-knock raid, correct?
I do not know, actually.
Because a lot of the no-knocks, people get off on that. They're found innocent by the juries a lot of times.
Let's take a look here. When the gunfire ended, Coffey's girlfriend, 21-year-old Alteria Woods, was found dead. She'd been caught in the crossfire, shot 10 times by deputies.
Now, I recall
Tough break.
She had a weapon in her hand. Did she?
I don't know.
It could be a rumor. I don't know.
Indian River County Sheriff's Office called the verdict disappointing, but maintains its deputies acted appropriately during the raid. Deputies with the Indian River County Sheriff's Office raided Coffey's home around 5 a.m. March 17th. Their target was his father, Andrew Coffey III, who they suspected of dealing drugs. If it was a drug arrest, you probably shouldn't have fucking been there in the first place. Go solve real crimes. Arrest records indicate SWAT deputies say they identified themselves when approaching the home and quickly arrested Coffey at the door. Defense attorneys argued that Coffey IV was asleep when his father was arrested and did not hear the deputies identify themselves as law enforcement.
Okay.
So he got off on a self-defense charge based on hearsay, essentially.
Okay.
Well, I was asleep. That was his defense. And apparently it worked. Would that have worked if Kyle Rittenhouse had claimed something equally egregious? I'm just asking.
Probably not.
They say he only woke up when the tactical team smashed through his bedroom window, prompting Coffey to fear for his safety and fire off several shots. Deputies returned fire. Now, that sounds a little more sensible.
Yeah.
Coffey testified at his trial that he didn't hear the verbal commands of the deputies and had no clue what was going on. That's why he began shooting in self-defense.
I'm going to be honest. If I'm in my house and the windows come smashing in and somebody's kicking the door down, and I'm probably going to start shooting.
Yeah, if all that is corroborated by body cams, which it probably is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, the body cams would have to be on. And two, the no-knock warrant, that's something that that's outside my authority. All right, but I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind gives the authority for a no-knock warrant?
Don't know.
I know that shit needs to come to an end.
Swinging dicks. But he's not the only example.
Oh, here we go.
Man who shot at cops in unrest over George Floyd death is acquitted. A man charged with attempted murder after firing at Minneapolis police officers in the chaotic protest that followed George Floyd's death has been acquitted of all charges against him. In this case, the police did fail to identify themselves, and this was corroborated by the body cam footage. And as soon as they did identify themselves, he laid down his gun.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he got a little tuned up there.
He does.
Well, listen, when I grew up, I had the 1970s police. And their M.O. over there in Oak Park, if you were fucking up and they had to come and get in your shit, you're getting bounced off the hood a couple times.
Yeah.
Or Detroit PD in the Big Four.
Oh, yeah.
There was 2 squad cars. You'd have the Big Four rolling in one, and one car would be empty with just one driver. They would look for trouble.
I remember that.
Yes.
What's the next one?
See, Stallings, 29, testified he thought he was being attacked by civilians. He had been struck by a rubber bullet, he got struck by a rubber bullet, and he was struck by a regular one and was potentially bleeding out. His attorney, Eric Rice, told the Associated Press on Friday. Court documents show that after Stallings was hit, he fired 3 shots toward the van as a warning, then took cover. He surrendered when he realized he had fired at police. No officers were hit.
Okay. Well,
right.
that's actually fairly reasonable.
So we have not one, but 2 examples, both very recent, of the system working in favor of blacks. And yet I don't hear any white, privileged people clamoring that these dudes should be in jail. We got 3 white dudes here in the room. What do you think?
If they got a fair shake in trial, I mean, that's just the way it rolls.
Airman Fitzwell?
I'm on board with Popp. I mean, if they were found not guilty, they're found not guilty.
That's just the way it rolls, man.
Move out.
Yeah. We don't care about your emotional tirades and your wah racism, crybaby, give me money. We care about facts. Maybe if the media cared a little more about that, they would spend a little more time reporting it instead of directly inciting violence, rioting, and harmful behavior that gets people killed every fucking day.
Yep, by pushing propaganda.
Well, they're pushing this wokeness on the rest of us, working schmucks. It just gets ridiculous, and just how much you hear, and you just shake your head, and you're like,
yeah. I mean, the Kenosha riots were a direct result of the media lying about stuff that we clearly saw on video, and it was the same thing with everything that's happened since then.
Well,
and long before.
Clearly, we see the direction in which the media is going. So what?
Yeah.
It's not going to be before long they're going to be making international policy for our president?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, now everything is racist. So math is racist.
Showing up on time, working hard.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
So it's just terrible. Everything is white privilege.
Yes.
Yep. Everything is privilege except things that are actually privilege. Like getting scores added to your SATs and,
Or having them taken away from you.
Or having them, taken them away. Exactly.
Yeah, that happens to the Asians.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they score so damn high.
Yeah. That's stupid. I mean, listen, I want to live in a world where people are doing a job who are the best qualified to do that job.
We had that in the 30s and 40s.
Yes,
didn't
we did.
All right.
Yeah. Privilege is being deified, like literally to the point where people are creating Christian-style archaic artwork of George Floyd as Jesus Christ when he was a druggie. He pistol whipped and held the gun to the pregnant belly of a woman who his friends were robbing at that particular time and overdosed himself to death.
On fentanyl.
That's why I always call him Fentanyl Floyd. But by the way, about a year and a half sober, by the way. And congratulations to him.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if Chauvin's going to appeal.
Oh, he should. And if there's any justice in the world, he'll get off because coroner proved it. He died of a drug overdose. He would have died regardless of what knee was on his
Anyone
neck.
did? Yeah.
And Crowder did a whole thing where he had like a heavy dude in the studio, like put his knee on his back, neck, various positions, and held him down there for 9 minutes, and he was just fine.
Yeah, and it was, if I recall, Floyd had done similar things in the past by swallowing evidence when confronted with the police.
Well, that's exactly what happened from what I understand.
Well, you know what
he had like a
happened?
bag of it.
You know what happened to the girl that took the video footage of that from her phone? They gave her a scholarship.
Wow.
I forgot. I remember reading it, and it was out of some newspaper, and I was reading. It's like, okay, you could clearly hear her on the phone, whatever she was ranting about, and whatever. It just frustrates me that people just don't see the reality of the situation and just go with. They all funnel to a single opinion. It's like,
Yeah.
look at the situation from very different angles, okay? Like, all right, in Louisiana, four or five state troopers in a pursuit. Gentleman was black, okay?
Uh-huh.
Well, if you're in your pursuit of a vehicle, and if you're not pulling over, and if you're going in excessive speed, that car now could become a lethal weapon. All right. They got the gentleman to stop. And the four officers pulled him out of the car. But these officers were wrong for falsifying the report, saying that the individual died during the chase.
Okay.
All right. But even still,
They pulled him from the car and killed him.
They pulled him from the car. And from what I saw on the video, since the media was sensationalizing this, because this was shortly after the George Floyd incident,
thing, yeah.
and it was only showing one body cam. I'm like, why aren't we seeing the body cams of them pulling him out of the car, and then why immediately they had to restrain him? It's, I don't know, the news is, or the media in this case, just wanted to sensationalize another white privilege event.
Yep.
Okay, well, logically, I'd have to look at all of the body cam footage.
Any reasonable person should look at all the evidence.
Yeah. Well, what they did was wrong. Yeah, falsifying a report. Okay. Subject dies in custody. All right, it's all wrong. But the media ate that up.
Yeah, it's fuck that.
Nick Fuentes is in the chat. Really?
Who's Nick Fuentes?
Well, if he was watching, he's no longer watching.
I'm bad with names. You know that.
That's pretty funny.
I'm terrible with names.
Well, if he is, welcome to the chat. If it's just somebody who's using his name, how you doing? All right, let's jump into some super chats, and then we're going to be bringing Dynaside 13 on the show. The first time we'll have had two guests on any stream to talk about the Waukesha event. Why? Because he fucking lives there.
He lives there.
All right, starting off, we had a 1776 chat before we even began from Tanker's Boy Abat. Thank you so much. I'd said something to the effect of, when amongst armed men, don't start none, won't be none.
Absolutely correct.
Makes sense to me. Travis Wolf, hey, Popp and Blake, a great drink idea. The Rittenhouse, a chaser followed by 3 shots. Also, a great interview with Z, only imagined intro to Fury Road. Yeah. That was a really, really good stream. If you guys didn't catch it yesterday, definitely watch it. We actually shocked the hell out of me. We had like 1,300 people watching at our first Monday afternoon stream with barely any fanfare. Thank you all.
I think the max was it was like 1380.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
It's pretty good.
If you guys like those noon streams, hey, well, maybe we'll just make them all consistent. Dr. Fi with 50 Canadian dollars. Hey, Sergeant Popp, how things are going? Or how are things going? World's still going to hell in a handbasket? Haven't checked in a while. Been at sea.
Well, I'm doing well, and yes, we're going to hell in a handbasket, and we're getting there quick.
Ugh. I once put the hose to hell in a handbasket. It wasn't fun. Designs with a $5 donation. Unpopular opinion, but didn't care much about George Floyd, and I don't care much about this Rittenhouse. Same emotional situation, in my honest opinion. It was largely caused by the same shit, the media.
With the Rittenhouse thing, the right to self-defense was directly being challenged.
Yes. In that case, I mean, we were all on trial. Because if you can't defend yourself when 3-4 dudes are chasing you down and trying to brain you with a skateboard and brandish a gun at you, then none of us can.
That's right.
So we're screwed. Alternative lifestyles for men. Dick Fitzwell, the greatest rigger baiter we've ever known. Take me out with a gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea. No.
Told you, man, you're a legend. Absolute legend. He was on this show one time. One time. Legend.
Nice.
Rigger, please. Channel 1-800-DUMB. Nice to see you, good sir. Full gay love to Popp and Blake. Hey!
Hey.
And gentlemen, here, do not read the rest. Okay, fine. I try to go for the ricochet because he's getting too good with the ninjutsu shit up there. Evil Zombie Toe with a $49.99 donation. Holy
are
cow.
not worthy.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Thank you very much. Today I met the final requirement for becoming an Apache pilot.
All right.
Graduation is next week. Drinks on me tonight, gents.
Enjoy those deployments.
They will deploy the shit
They
out
will
of you.
deploy the hell out of you.
Well, right now the war tempo is way down. But we'll give it time.
Well, he's got the basics out of the way. Then when he gets to the squadron, they got a whole list
whole
of
other
requirements.
bullshit, yeah.
Training is just excessive.
Yep.
Very excessive.
Yes.
Brian Gerard with a donation. Thank you so much, good sir. Cliff3188. Dick needs a channel for his stories. I'd call it Violating the Doctrine of Fornication with Dick Fitzwell, a.k.a. Tales of Thinking with Your Small Head. You could do it, dude.
I could do it.
Totally could.
Yeah, probably could.
K to the Swiss. Oh, I see we have 3 shite box thumbjackers tonight. Hey, screw you, man. But thank you for the donation. Christopher Walken voice was by request, of course. Robert Anderson, Joseph Rosenbaum must have went to the Joe Biden School for Parenting but got confused.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that is hilarious. Wow. Wow, what a beatdown.
I'm going to give that comment a gold medal.
Yes.
That's quite fantastic. Ohio Trucker 1. Pop got a 2 6 Sauer P220 Legion pistols, one 10mm, one 45 ACP. Thoughts on 10mm, versus 45 ACP?
Well, the 10mm is going to have more ass behind it than the
45.
standard 45.
Junk in the trunk.
But the thing is, you got to make the decision because 10mm is very scarce to get the ammo for. Where 45, it's plentiful.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know if I can do a James Mason. Cliff 3188, Popp and Blake watched your whole interview with Z. Look up the Maratha-Mysore Wars in the late 1700s India and how it was pushed by the East India Company.
Okay. Well, it doesn't surprise me. They're a bunch of turbo assholes of their day.
Well, you go back through any country's history. You're
Yeah.
going to
Oh, yeah.
find a story.
Oh, the East
bunch
India
of-
trade hegemony?
Well, first of all, that company rivaled the power of Britain. Number one. Number two, they were fucking historic fucking turbo OG assholes.
Yeah. That's why the whole critical race theory idea just cracks me up. I'm like, have you bothered to research any
Well,
other country?
Research the Barbary Coast.
And they're still taking slaves.
Yeah, I mean, if slavery is all it takes to build a country into a global superpower, then we should be trailing centuries behind Africa, the Middle East. But no, that's not how that works.
Yeah, Italy.
Shocker.
I mean, Rome their economy was based off of slave labor.
Yeah. If you're a Roman citizen, you didn't work.
Nope.
Yep.
Unless you wanted to.
Well, it's almost like they're bringing a whole bunch of illegals into this country so they can pay them shit and then vote us into socialism. I'm not saying there's a connection there or
Yeah,
anything.
you can vote your way into that, but you have to shoot your way out.
Thor Naja with a $20 donation. Thank you so much. Remember, Bicep Boy spoke at Revolution rallies, raised his fist saying, "Long live the revolution," but he's not a member. No. Oh, and I totally didn't try to shoot Kyle after thinking he heard him say that he was working for the police.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy screaming, fuck you, I believe is Gage Grosskreutz or whatever it is. How his name is.
We're talking the one-eyed
bicep boy.
Yeah, the anti-spanker.
Yeah, man, he got a drastic reduction in interest in his spank bank that night.
Oh, he's a circle spanker now. So what are you gonna do?
Circle spank.
He tries doing that with his right arm again. It's gonna feel like the stranger.
I wonder if they actually took any muscle tissue off his ass and put it where his bicep is. Because they could do that.
I don't know. Instead of bicep boy, can we call him Dutch Rudder?
Dutch rudder.
I'm just asking. I mean, hashtag Dutch Rudder if you agree. Because
Wow.
I mean, Gage Grosskreutz or whatever the hell. I mean, it sounds funny enough, but no one can pronounce it.
Yeah.
Dutch Rudder? I can go with that. Swamp Crawler LS1 with a donation. Thank you so much, good sir. Dynaside 13 is going to be on the stream with us later tonight. The corporate press and establishment aren't misled. Celebrities aren't always entirely misinformed. These people know the truth, lie, and deliberately cause death and destruction because they are evil. Noff.
Absolutely correct.
Yep. Hashtag Dutch Rudder. Yep, it's already blowing up. Thank you all very much. Hope you like that. Cliff3188. What happened before, during, and after that war is very similar to today's situation. High-ranking people's children leaving the country for business is an indicator of bad things to come. What,
Yep.
you mean like a certain Parmesan cheese smoking, crack whore, niece foot massaging? God.
Yep.
Wasn't he talking to his therapist while he lit up a rock of cocaine? A rock of crack?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't care.
I thought it was.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck him. Extraction expert with a $50 donation. I don't see a comment, so if you had one, YouTube deleted it. Nevertheless.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Swamp Crawler LS1 again. Kyle said in his interview he noticed his ejection port was open 1 inch and he had to hit the forward assist microseconds before he shot Dutch Rudder. I got to rewatch the video to see that.
Yep. That's how you use an AR-15.
Well trained.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Jonathan Y. Pop, how valuable is a traditional, reliable car? Crown Vic in good condition, for example, for what's coming next.
It's very
and how does it
valuable.
compare to electric cars?
All right. First of all, I'm not up to speed on electrical cars, other than the fact that they take usually a long time to charge, and they are starting to get good range, 400. Some go up to 500 miles.
Nice.
All right. Now, in a Crown Victoria, if you tune it up and clean the, basically the air intake and work out, your fuel injectors, you're going to get 18 to 21 miles to the gallon in the city and 22 to 26 on the freeway. If you hypermile it, you can do a little bit better, but it's really tough. Mm-hmm. But the Crown Victoria is, if you get a police option, a lot of them have Kevlar in the doors, and that'll stop 12-gauge slugs, buckshot, and pistol rounds. So it is the equivalent of a lightly armored car, and you can get them dirt cheap.
Good time.
I love those things. I still own one. I need to get it brought back up to speed and take it out for a drive because I haven't driven it in a while, but I love those cars. It's a rocket ship with a battering ram.
Yes. All right. Smooth Criminal, Rittenhouse theme by Whitesnake. Here we go again. Also, we need a shirt that says FAFO. F around and find out. We can do that. I picture that like words coming out from behind you with a knife hand on the shirt. Azriel the Deplorable, $50 donation. We got to do it again. Here we go. Or not.
Sorry.
Where is it? Where is it?
Find it.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Do it, man.
Channel 1-800-DUMB again as well. Thank you so much. Azriel first. Sorry I'm late. Trucking across PA is hard work. Well, just glad you showed up.
Thank you.
Got you some good stuff with Nurglet. Got you some of the good stuff, you Nurglet Skittle Eater.
Oh God! Why didn't anybody tell me?
That's disgusting. From Channel 1-800-DUMB. Lads, thoughts on this Wisconsin BS? It's coming up.
Yep.
We're going to have a moment of silence here in just a minute. Tanker Boy Sabo. or Sabo, sorry. He's teaching me how to pronounce it. The T is silent in Sabo.
Sabat.
Sabat. The Sabo is an Abrams tank main gun round. All right.
Yes, it is. I've
to know
seen
these
it work. It is quite devastating.
It's good to know these things. Han Solus, 4 guys, 1 stream, having cruise flashbacks there, Blake? I mean, it's just not the same without you, Han. Or should I call you Han?
Oh, my God.
James L, $49.99 donation. Thank you very much. I missed the last live show, so I'm making up this round. Much appreciated. We appreciate everything because, as the graphic says, we are not worthy. On Streamlabs, Mbudo, gentlemen, it is suspected that Kyle Rittenhouse is Latino. How can we know for sure he is? He crossed a border illegally, stirred a lot of shit. To our guest, the Raker, don't be a stranger. Also, what is the name of the motorcycle business?
The motorcycle business?
Oh, that thing that... No, that wasn't you that built that.
No.
Oh, Goat Belly built that folding motorcycle.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
what we're talking about here? I think that's what we're...
Yeah, Goat Belly. He had put together bicycles that fold up. And,
his site is called Rat Tactical.
yeah.
RHAT, then Tactical. If you look that up, I believe it's still somewhere there in the land of Google.
Oh.
But it goes through the complete breakdown, assembly, and there's several pieces of footage of him actually riding the motorcycle.
Yeah, that dude's an absolute genius.
Well, he's a genius, but I've been to his house in Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
He's a busy man.
Yes, he
Is
is.
this what you're talking about?
No,
That is not...
that's not it. It's
Okay.
RHAT.
Yeah, I looked for that. It didn't come up.
Maybe he doesn't have the domain
Yeah, it doesn't
anymore.
look like it's there anymore, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. I just figured I'd check it out and I'd throw it up there just in case, but
I got you.
I got nothing.
I'll see what I can find.
MG truck. Dutch Rudder's testimony imploded as hard as his arm exploded. Seriously, though, I hope Kyle rakes CNN and their ilk over the legal coals and gets that Scrooge McDuck level of money.
Yeah, I would love to see
Amen
that.
to that. Polska Bob. All right, I got to do the thing here. Gentlemen, beer monies. Sorry I'm late having drinks with my best friend. Blake, I got to say, Monday's stream, 1,300 mofos in the house at 11 a.m. is outstanding. I'm real proud to be a part of it, and happy Turkey Day.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Polska Bob's the man. Zagara Yazmat with a $25 donation. I bust 9,000 nuts this month. My right hand is getting heavier. Peace, dudes. Oh!
He's got a Hulk, half your body, the Hulk.
It's like when Quagmire discovered the internet.
Yeah.
Walks out of his house, he's got one Arnold Schwarzenegger arm and the other one is Soy Boy Central. Oh, I discovered that internet thing there. Just been kind of doing my own thing. Jimmy Bones, bicep boy. Nah, he's Schrodinger's rioter. He was armed and unarmed at the same time. Damn right.
Yep.
Maverick7508. Hi, Blake. Looking forward to the gifts, bitch. You're welcome. I hope you guys rip some retards' new sphincters so that we can enjoy our menageries. Send me off with a gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea!
You rigger, and throw a straw. Wasn't too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Dynamite stick. I don't want to know. Did you see Wisconsin Times published an article listing the 3 guys' criminal records? Imagine being a protester and calling these 3 heroes, especially when one of them is a pedo. Well, they are trying to normalize that and call it a sexual orientation now.
Yes, they are.
Gee, I wonder why.
That's not a good idea.
Nah.
Not a good idea.
On MGTOW.tv, we got Iapetus. Jackie Chan once said, "You think only with your eyes, so you are easy to fool." That's quite profound, actually. Arrow Shogun. Those police were shooting random people with rubber bullets. They were chambered in 40 millimeters, so they started it. I'm not anti-cop, but screw the police in blue states and the ATF especially because they enforce the will of a corrupt government. Saying back the blue is the epitome of retarded because you can't oppose one and support the other.
Well, I've said this before. When the police lose the support of the right,
They are
conservatives, they are fucked.
Okay, we're going to have to go with a big fuck off.
I found Walker's information on YouTube for his rat bike.
cool.
It's still on. It's 4 years ago, but
Hey, shoot me that link. Airman Fitzwell, and I'll make sure to throw that up in the chat for anybody who's interested.
All right.
Ballistic Zero, hashtag Dutch Rudder, probably needs a Dutch wife, so maybe you can tell him to contact TFM and the Dollhouse.
Oh, God. Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
Woo!
Wow.
Oh, that one gets a gold medal too, man. Crimson Hawk, take me out Kobe style. Kobe style.
I don't know.
You want to get accused of rapé and then die in a helicopter crash? Just asking, because I don't know. I can't. This link is all screwed up, and I can't click on it.
I sent you the link,
apologize.
Pop. You sent it to Blake.
All right.
I'll take you out this way instead, because I ate one of those Garden Valley protein bars this morning, and my ass is talking to me. Some asshole's talking shit. If you know. Odyssey. What do we got here? Shovel Monkey. Now I got to buy myself Rittenhouse Rye 100 fermented from Lefty Tears and Gross Kroot's blood.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's got a YouTube channel. That's all I need to know. Yeah. All right. Pat Wax Daddy got a YouTube channel.
He puts it on full display on YouTube.
All right, I will grab that link and post it in the chat for you guys momentarily. Maverick7508, LOL, come on. I've been celibate for 10 years. How hard is it to go dry for a month? Jesus Christ, do you think that these riggers would have better self-control?
You would think. You would think, but I have probably dozens of stories of guys shagging the wrong stuff and bad things happen.
It's just the thing that the South American women were just.
They're so
really good
fine.
looking.
It was so it was so tempting.
They're so fine.
It is. I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Well, every time I have to look, because you mentioned South American women during our edited content a lot, and every time I have to look for South American models for the uncut versions, with all the good stuff, I'm sitting there with the image search. I'm like, that's a good one. Not quite good enough. I just find reasons to keep scrolling. I'm like, that's pretty good. I'm not saying I'm a pervert or anything. Just
But we understand.
All right. Just pasted the link for Pat Wax Daddy's channel in the chat on YouTube. I'm going to jump over here to MGTOW.tv and do the same. So if you guys want to take a look at his channel. D-Live apparently took a crap, so apologies to everybody over on there. Not
They've been
sure.
messing up a lot lately.
Yeah, that's 2 out of 3. That it's
Well,
not working.
Yeah, as we go along and we keep moving out to other platforms, there are going to be platforms that just disappear. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's unfortunately true.
Yep.
It is what it is. I mean, I really like D-Live. We have a lot of followers over there. I don't want to lose it, but got to figure out your shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think I covered all the chats. Put those in there. All right.
All right.
And I want to say we were over on Odyssey. Checking that out. Yep. You can tell an airborne ranger by his wife. This is Red Dawn Radio. You can tell an airborne ranger by his wife because she fucks like a baboon. You can ask the whole platoon. You can tell an airborne ranger by his wife.
Not going to say he's wrong.
Is that
But none of the airborne rangers, well, I shouldn't say that. All but 2 of the airborne rangers that I have ever known are still happily married. If they were to the same wife they were married to when I knew them. 2. Out of a couple thousand.
All right. We're going to do a quick roll call, and then we're going to jump to a pee break while we get Dynaside 13 on the line. 1,286 on YouTube, 50 viewers on MGTOW.tv, 134 on Odyssey, 5 viewers looking at a blank screen on D-Live, I apologize, 76 on Twitch, 6 views looking like on RoxyTube, and that's about it.
So we're about 1550.
Not bad.
Right around there.
Thank you all very much for tuning in tonight. What do you think for a break? Clarence the Cop, deep fake?
I don't know. I think Clarence the Cop is.
Well, you like Clarence the Cop?
Yeah.
All right, let's go for it.
Hey, it's your old buddy Joe, Uncle Joe. And today I'm going to tell you just a story about this guy. What's his name? What's that guy's name? Clarence? Yeah, I think it's Clarence. Clarence the Cop? Yeah, that's it. Clarence Kopp. That's the guy I'm going to tell you a story about today. Growing up in Scranton, you know, the mean streets of Scranton. Well, there was this guy, Corn Pop. And Corn Pop, he was a bad dude. And this one time, me and him got into it, and we were about to throw down. I think that's what the kids are calling it today. They're throwing down. But back in my day, we used to call it fisticuffs. And because he was, this guy, like I said, Corn Pop, he was a bad dude. And then Clarence stepped in and he was like, come on, man, come on. And me and Corn Pop looked at each other and were like, yeah, come on, man. What are we doing? What's going on? So we jumped on our bicycles. Then we went down to the soda pop shop and we got ice cream. So I learned a lot that day about roaches and fisticuffs and Rocky Road ice cream. And it's all because of Clarence. Clarence Popp the Cop. And thank you, Clarence. All right. Okay, let me turn this off here. Now, you guys are paying me for this, right? Just make sure you send Hunter the money and you put it in his account and
We're back.
Yeah. All right. As it stands now, we have over 50 people who are injured in the attack in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Yesterday, 5 people were reported dead. Another one has died today, and my gut is telling me we can expect one more to go. All right. A lot of people are in intensive care. So let's give them a moment of silence. All right, everybody, pour a drink to these people.
Yes.
And let's throw one back. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. Having your children killed at a Christmas parade location is fucking some horrid shit. Horrid shit.
Waukesha Christmas Parade Massacre. 5 deceased victims identified, including 4 elderly members of Milwaukee's Dancing Grannies. And here is the lovely person that they identified. Now, if you watch Crowder, you know that as of yesterday morning, CNN was still refusing to identify this guy, despite the fact he was identified over police scanner during the incident.
Yep.
Gee, I wonder why. I mean, it's not like he's a black nationalist with strong BLM ties, social media full of anti-Rittenhouse propaganda and bullshit, and in fact, he is a SoundCloud rapper with a ton of homophobic lyrics in his songs, so he's almost like the perfect leftoid nightmare. He is the narrative destroyer.
I'm not going to say you're wrong on that one.
Holy shit.
But, yeah, if he would have been a white man, it would have been all over the media.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
They're going to try to bury this just like they tried to bury ivermectin.
Yep.
5 of the deceased victims were identified on Monday. 81-year-old Wilhelm Haspel, 79-year-old Virginia Sorensen, 71-year-old Leanna Owen, 52-year-old Tamara Durand, and 52-year-old Jane Kulik. 48 or 50 people total were injured, if I remember correctly.
I think it's over 50.
5 dead, at least 40 others injured. And just today, not long before we went live, 8-year-old boy, 6th victim, died after a BLM supporter barrels his SUV through the Waukesha Christmas parade.
Yep.
And that's the kid. He's a year older than my son.
That's so fucked up, man.
Yep.
Damn.
Well, with that being said, how you doing, Dinosaur 13? Yes, you
Well,
freaking bastard.
I'm doing all right. I made myself a nice bourbon old-fashioned with Driftless Glen Wisconsin straight bourbon whiskey.
Sounds great.
On my notes, I wanted to say raise a glass to the fallen, but you guys nailed it with the moment of silence. And
Listen, that's actually that
the
the moment of silence thing is that's basically soldier etiquette 101.
Yeah, you guys actually give a fuck, and that's why I emailed you guys right away with this.
Okay, and then
Because
before we
you
get
guys
started,
actually give a fuck, and I appreciate that greatly.
I want you to tell me how far out of Waukesha do you live, or do you live in the city proper?
I live right in the city proper. I do want to preface this with a little bit. I was in my apartment building the entire time. I looked out my window on one side of the building, and that is a main road that goes right to an intersection. On the other side of the building is downtown. Like, look out the window on one side, you see all the ambulances and meat wagons and stuff going back and forth, barricades and everything. Other side, you can see the police barricades leading to downtown. So I'm pretty much right there.
Yeah, I'm familiar with your city. My mother came from that city, and my grandparents are buried in a seminary, Episcopal seminary that's around Waukesha. And I was I was there a couple of years ago scouting cemetery plots for my mother when she passes away. So I'm familiar with your area.
Yeah, you knew how to pronounce it.
Oh,
When I
yes.
didn't, so.
Yeah,
So tell us.
Walk us through walk us through the events, and then
Right.
I'm going to interfere a little bit to ask questions. So don't get upset.
That is absolutely fine.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Debrief stuff.
All right.
All good. I just wish I was here calling in about.
He wrote it down old-fashioned style. I can
This
hear it.
horrible fucking atrocity.
I could hear your notes, bro.
He's got a brain over
He's
there.
got a brain like me. Let me pull up my brain. There it is, right
Yeah,
there.
brain fried by big pharma and ADHD. Lots of fun.
Oh, good times. Good
So,
times.
so I live by main roads between a fire station, police station, ambulance, and downtown. So sirens, it happens. I'm used to it. So I'm hearing some sirens going, okay, something's up. Couple cop cars, ambulance, fire truck. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I know the Packers got their ass kicked. Drunk driver maybe downtown. I don't know.
Packers got their ass kicked.
And then I look out the window and I see a freaking Bearcat rolling down the road, lights and sirens and everything. I'm like, okay, that's different. And this is all prior to 5 o'clock. So after going through some timeline stuff, the incident began at 4:39 p.m. Crash happened. So within 10, 15 minutes, Bearcats are rolling down taking care of shit. Waukesha PD does not fuck around. I know law enforcement is kind of dicey depending on where you're at, but Waukesha PD don't fuck around. I like that about them.
All right.
Yeah, you said it's a pretty red-pilled area where you are normally, right?
Yeah, I didn't mention. So they're saying, it's a suburb of Milwaukee. Technically, it's like 20 miles outside of it, but it's connected by interstate, and Waukesha is a city inside of Waukesha County. It is the only deep red county in this part of the state. It's only 70,000 people compared to Milwaukee. City of Milwaukee proper is about 600,000, and all the blue retards in that area. The toxically blue-pilled, they blame everything on, evil Waukesha Republicans.
Oh, shocker. Yeah.
Shocker.
Republicans, bad. Again, not all people. Some people have a good head and shoulders, but, the farther blue, toxically blue people blame everything on Waukesha, even though we're in an entirely different county with entirely different laws and municipalities. It's complete lunacy.
Well, if the left had logic on
Candy
their
Bean.
side, they probably wouldn't be the left.
Yeah.
So.
All right. And they keep doing the
Yeah.
same shit, expecting different results. So.
Yeah, and we are also the only Second Amendment sanctuary county in this area. That was specifically why I moved here long before, I even got in. I was like, yep, Second Amendment sanctuary, guns are safe here. I'm coming here.
All right,
Sucks
so-
I lost them all in Lake Michigan last weekend, but what are you going to do?
I know. It happened to me too. So you notice the police are moving. Shit is going down.
And it is the Bearcats that got my attention.
Yeah. So you.
The last time they
your
brought those
attention-
out, it was because of a crazy guy at the park with a knife, and they shield walled into the ground. Nobody got hurt.
Okay, good. But right
But
now.
this shit, everything's nuts. So I turn on the scanner.
Okay, you're on the
And
scanner.
at this point, it's about 5 o'clock, and I'm hearing them call out. I believe again, I'm just a blue-collar construction landscape truck driver kind of guy. I don't deal with the law enforcement, never been in the military, stuff like that. But it sounds like they're calling out triage codes. Code black here, code red, code yellow, code green. And there's a lot
exactly
of code black
that
and
is.
red. And I'm thinking to myself, this is like mass casualty something? What the fuck's going on?
Yep.
And I'm hearing it doesn't sound like paramedics calling this out. It sounds like cops calling this out because they can't send paramedics into like an active, crime scene or an attack or something. I'm thinking to myself, a lot of red flags going up. I don't like this is not normal. This isn't drunk driver hits building. This is casualties in really bad shape, blocks apart downtown.
Okay.
So I remember watching the stuff. Hey, some of your videos like, hey, keep an eye out for stuff going down. It can happen anywhere, anytime. So I'm like, okay, 12 gauge is loaded up on the bed. What the fuck's going on here?
I like it. I like it.
So I also have concealed carry, so that one right on my hip, allegedly. No,
Allegedly, yeah.
Michigan, allegedly. So
It's the memory of having that made you feel safe.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Watery grave, all that. Good
no
stuff.
idea. Yeah.
Move along.
So Bearcats go by. Scanner starts calling out triage codes. They're calling out casualty collection points outside of downtown. I'm like, okay, so they have to get people. So people who aren't paramedics have to get people out of a certain area and evac them to a safe place. So paramedics can't go in. Something is very, very freaking serious. An accidental drive-through, an accident, people driving into a parade, they don't lock down the area and have casualty collection points because they can't get ambulances in because it's too dangerous. It's tragedy. Let's say it's simply an accident or a guy was trying to escape something and accidentally ran people over. This level of carnage does not happen by accident.
No, you're right. I mean, when I was years ago, I was at a 4th of July event in Detroit City watching the fireworks. And they had a couple idiots make wrong turns and they drive into the crowd. Nobody got hurt, but it was a complete accident. The dude is like, I couldn't go anywhere else. They gave him a ticket. They made him park his car till it was over, and then everything was good. But nobody got hurt. I mean, when I heard the amount of people that got hit, that was fucking intentional.
Yep.
I mean, one or two, that could be an accident.
Yeah, like this guy managed to maneuver around a barricade, not screw up his vehicle enough to be able to plow through all this crap, park it in the driveway, and then run around and try and get in people's houses. And I'll get into that a little bit later.
Okay.
So at about 5 o'clock, it's Midwest, at least 5 o'clock here, sun's going down, there's barely any sunlight out. It's getting pretty dark. So at this point, I'm texting people, trying to know what the hell's going on. I then look, my fiance is in the hospital with COVID. She's doing better, but she's telling me, hey, they just locked down the hospital. Something big is going up. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm texting people, and then at about 5:15, 5:30-ish, the power gets cut to this entire neck of the town. I'm thinking to myself, okay, what the fuck? This is goddamn weird. So I get my flashlights and batteries out and lanterns up because I'm, watched prepper stuff. I can't prepare, thank God.
Yeah.
So get all that sorted out, talk to people in the hallway. During this point, I'm running on the building, making sure stuff's okay. Neighbor wanted to know how to get her car out of the underground parking. Showed her how that works. Maintenance guy said, hey, look, I'm scared. I'm carrying. I said, hey, bro, it's cool. So am I. I'll be right up to help you get these people out of the elevator in a couple minutes. I'm going to show her how to get her car out if she needs to. So do that. Rescue the two people out of the elevator. They're good. That's all taken care of.
On a side
Power's
note.
all cut.
On a side note.
So
I got rumor control reports from Wisconsin state troopers that I know that there were shots fired in the vicinity.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
I'm getting to that. So
yeah, because that is something the media is not talking about at all.
No.
Yes, and this also includes a potential barricaded gunman that went on until about 8:30 that nobody's fucking talking about.
Okay.
But I'm working through the timeline I got right here, and then I'm going to go into some of the side details that kind of pertain to the case.
All right, do it.
And some rumors I found on social media. All right, so at about 6:30, I reach out to a friend of mine who said he was locked down closer to the scene than I am. I said, hey, what's going on down there? And he tells me that there are SWAT team units and stuff surrounding and engaging or breaching an apartment building. I'm like, oh, shit, that must be by this 500 Dunbar thing I kept hearing. At least that I recall hearing, adrenaline's pumping a little bit, trying to make sure everything's okay. Hospital's locked down. My fiance's there. Mine's all over the place, but I'm trying to stay in the moment. I'm not down there looking at carnage. I'm just kind of hunkering down, making sure stuff's okay by me. So a little outside looking in, but I'm doing my best to keep everything collected. At that point, sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So between 5:30 and 6, I'm hearing the tactical guys say that they're staging at Les Paul School. I think it was middle school. I didn't grow up here, I moved here after. So I believe it was Les Paul Middle School. They're saying they're staging all their all available TAC units there. So within 45 minutes, so within like 15 minutes, they got Bearcats on our vehicles run down and secure the scene. And within 45, they're staging tactical SWAT guys and everything from all over the place to start doing shit. And after they turn the power off, I hear on the scanner they're calling in canines, and I can hear canines moving around my parking lot barking and stuff. So it's like, okay, they're searching everything around my neck of the woods. I don't know why the hell they blacked everything out. Maybe because they're worried about potential shooters and stuff, seeing more targets easily. I'm not
That's
a professional.
probably why. And the dogs are probably there sniffing for explosives.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably what they were doing, which is why Mr. Mossberg was loaded up on the bed just in case, allegedly. So, at that point, tactical guys, they say, hey, all tactical units switch to this communication, and they're dark, they're off the scanner, can't hear that.
They went encrypted.
So at this point, they went encrypted, you can't listen to that. Okay, I get it. That's cool. I get it. I get the deal. I trust Waukesha PD. I don't trust Deep Blue areas, but I trust Waukesha PD and local enforcement here to take care of stuff. And they had a phenomenal fucking response. Everything I'm saying here that gets into weird stuff, I'm not saying it to devalue the experience of the victims or get attention away from this. This is just some really freaking weird shit that nobody's talking about. I think it should be discussed because it makes this whole situation so much worse if this stuff is even half true. And if I'm wrong, if there's an explanation as to why the stuff went down and it's not what I think, I'll be happy.
All right, we'll get to the weird
Because
shit.
that
I'm
means
interested.
it's not as bad
Well,
as
first
it
of all,
is. So weird shit.
you go into the weird shit. Don't make apologies. We don't do that here. You just tell it.
Gotcha.
Just tell it as you fucking see it.
Gotcha. All right. So as soon as this stuff started getting creepy, I started hearing. That's right. My fiance told me her sister's heard gunshots downtown, and there's a video clip that the podcast of the Lotus Eaters had on theirs that showed this car speeding down the road, taking pot shots at people, and it didn't look like the front of the vehicle was screwed up yet, like it didn't run over a bunch of people. And there's no way one dude driving that was able to shoot out of different windows at the same time and manage not to crash into anything at high speeds.
That's absolutely correct.
So
and
there was more than one guy in it. It was reported that there were allegedly 4 people involved in this thing. Driver, they got him in custody. He rotten fucking hell. But from what I heard on rumors and crap, 2 people were apprehended immediately. A third guy was apprehended around 5:30, and I think that was the driver based on the ring footage that shows, given the sunlight, lack thereof available at the time. Looks like that guy was arrested at 5:30.
Okay.
And then there was the gunman, barricaded gunman. This is the really fucked up shit. All right, so this happens around what I believe was 500 block of Dunbar,
okay.
at least. And this is my source that said that the SWAT team was surrounding a building and breaching, maneuvering, and trying to get stuff out. And there were some video clips of guys in full tactical gear, patrol over there was like, "Hey, you're completely surrounded. Come out!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I drive by that on my own from work. That's legit. That's not something out of context saying, oh, just walk around. It's not. No, this is legit. I drive by this on my own from work. This shit's real." So SWAT team, once they went dark and encrypted, they maneuvered on a location and dealt with what looks like a barricaded gunman and tried to get him out, and I guess they got him out by 8:30. So instead of one crazy guy doing some shit, it looks like it was potentially 4 black males. They got 2 right away. Third one shortly after. I think that was the driver they got that they're releasing the footage of him getting arrested. And the guys who arrested him were cops wearing high-vis vests for like traffic direction and shit. That was not the SWAT team that got the driver. SWAT team was operating well after they arrested the driver, the alleged driver.
Yep.
Which makes me think now maybe they were just sweeping the air, making sure everything was all good. I don't know, but it sounds like they were dealing with some sort of active shooter, barricaded gunman for hours after they had got on the chatter.
And no one's
that they
talking
said that
about
they got
this.
this fucker.
No, nobody's talking about this. And you know what?
No, nobody's talking about that at all.
Well, they got their patsy. They have one guy they can pin it all on. And especially
he was absolutely involved. He was absolutely involved.
Well, yeah, but especially if he is, if the color of their skin is wrong, they're just going to try to pin this all on him and bury the rest because they have somebody that they cannot hide anymore. But the other 3, no one's talking about.
But here's something that needs to happen. If these people were shooting if you can get to the, get to the coroner report or find anyone, any family members, if they're willing to come forward and say on the record we had a family member shot, that will go a long way.
There were reports of gunshot wounds on scene. I got this from a dude who I know was local. I just went through his profile. It wasn't a bot. He was a real person, real family. He was saying, like, yeah, I have a guy who's like in the police reserves, and he was telling me that yeah, there's like gunshot wounds on the ground. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is people higher up the chain of command trying to pull a fucking Vegas on this thing? Because that is absolutely disgusting. Because
Sure sounds like it.
I just want to highlight the kind of people that live here real quick.
Okay.
So this driver, the Quartering had a good video on this earlier, but just to sum up. The driver's going to door saying, hey, yo, I'm homeless. I called an Uber. I need to call and make sure. Can you call me and stuff? And keep in mind that this is your average working class Republican town. A little nicer than Milwaukee, yeah, but simply working class, working class white people. That's shouldn't matter, but the world we live in, the media does their thing.
Yeah, I know.
This person opened the door to this guy who just ran over 40 fucking people, lets him in, lets him use his phone, makes the guy a freaking sandwich. No, oh, you're homeless? Yeah, come in, let me help you. I'll make you a sandwich. You have one of my jackets I don't need. It's getting cold out. Yeah, here, call your Uber buddy. I got you. That's the kind of person this psycho freaking targeted. People who let a homeless man in their house make him a sandwich, give him a jacket they don't think they need anymore. Just because he said he's cold and he's calling an Uber and he's homeless, when he actually just tried to murder 50 fucking people. That's the kind of people this person targeted. These people are not politically engaged. These people are just trying to vote to, America's cool, like the Constitution and freedom, but,
There's a bunch of old ladies dancing at a Christmas parade.
Midwest town.
The ones who died.
And I'm going to get a little personal here. This is when my blood fucking boils. Somebody very close to me
spun up,
connected dots. This person called me to make sure I was okay, and I appreciate that. At least they sort of care if I don't get shot by the people they voted for.
All right.
They tell me it's like, oh, well, I said, it looks like there's some stuff. I was like, well, yeah, they're probably covering up this retaliation to avoid more retaliation. I'm like, retaliation from people who let the person that just tried to kill 50 fucking people into their home, make them a sandwich and give them a jacket? You think they're the greater threat because they're right of fucking Stalin? And they voted the wrong way in your opinion?
Wow.
You think they're the greater threat than the person who's tried to fucking murder them? Are you... What the fuck, man?
Yeah, hey, listen, back up, back the emotion up.
Spins me up.
You're getting spun up. I understand. Dial it back from 12 to 8 and give us the facts.
Ugh.
All right.
I totally understand, bro. I'm not talking down to you. I'm just saying.
While we're talking about the crazy shit.
I respect that. Thank you.
While we're talking about the crazy shit, it's as good a time as any to bring this up. This is the fake news story that has been downplaying the massacre. They're claiming that Daryl Brooks was fleeing a knife fight, which, of course, we know from last year, Micaiah Bryant, Stunning and Brave, right? So, plowing through 40 people. This was their story. The Kenosha chief of police came out almost immediately and said, no one was pursuing him. He did this on purpose.
I like it. Yep.
It's amazing.
Well, the
Just
media,
amazing.
they're pushing a narrative, which is propaganda.
Yep.
All right.
Quite redonkulous.
So what else happened?
All right. So at 8:30-ish, I'm going through stuff on social media. I'm talking, DMing some people on the ground. My fiancee's who's stuck in the hospital. She's telling me what's going on at the hospital, if they're still locked down, if things are getting easier, if you're hearing anything about casualties and stuff. And that's when the all clear comes out over the phone, so that everything's all clear, and the power comes back on right about then too.
All right.
And at that point, I was going to say, yeah, they got. That's when rumors were saying that we got the barricaded gunmen. They took care of that stuff, and things were sorted out. And then they roll out the press releases, and chief of police goes up, and the chief fire department guy comes out and he tells them how many people they transported and everything, and you start seeing some more news from the guys in charge. But the guys on the ground looks like they did a great job. Within 15 minutes, they had tactical SWAT teams, everything all set up to deal with the mass casualty. That's pretty freaking impressive, considering how egregious this was, how quickly they reacted and kept their cool. That's very impressive.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest. This happened during. Is it right before parade or during the parade?
During the parade.
Okay,
In the footage of him coming through, you can see him slow to almost in just an idle, turn a little bit to the left and straighten out, and then he accelerates on purpose, take out as many people as he can, right behind the marching band as it's playing.
I understand,
music.
but
It's
the reason the response was so good is they were already on station for the parade.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion.
As the car was driving through, there was I believe it was a sheriff's deputy was in the parade working security. He actually started shooting at the vehicle as it was driving through the crowd to try and stop it. Like they take that stuff seriously. Waukesha does not fuck around, unlike Milwaukee.
All right, I'm cool with that. So, all right, so they do the all clear.
Mm-hmm. That's at 8:30.
That's 8. When did the lights come back on?
Right about the same time. I was on the phone with my father, who was out of state at the time. He was actually over in Detroit at the time. So I was telling him everything and letting him know everything was okay, because he was a little concerned about what was going on, because I live like 2-3 blocks away from it all.
All right.
So that's when it came on. And also, the only clock I had was my phone because power was out. I was talking to my dad. So around 8:30, that all comes down the pipe. Power comes back on. All clear's given. It's all good. We entered these calls I have, and I was like, "Hey, your power has been short." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit. I'm staring at my TV playing Fallout again because I'm spun up and I need to decompress."
All right.
But
is there any way you can confirm there was casualties by any gunfire?
Not. Let's see, I could try and track down that guy who brought that up in the comments on social media.
Yeah, why don't you do that if you can? Or do you actually know any police that live in that city?
I don't know any law enforcement.
Okay.
I know a guy who's a vet who's pretty tight with those circles. I could ask him if he knows anything about that.
Yeah.
I will try and track down that dude and DM him about it.
Yeah, because if in fact there are innocent people who are victims of gunfire, it just changed the whole narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a
Absolutely.
deputy chief of police locally,
escalates
and
it.
those guys get together at like conferences around the country a few times a year. So he may know some people from Wisconsin. I can talk to him.
Yeah, well, we got to figure something out. Because if it's confirmed, I mean, it changes the whole narrative, and it's just another torpedo below the waterline for our current media system.
Yeah.
For
Well,
covering shit up.
think about the Covington kids. That whole situation was actually brought about because you had, I want to say it was the black Israelis were there. They were the ones spewing racial slurs and causing shit.
Yeah.
But everybody targeted, the one kid wearing a MAGA hat and his buddies from his school. Mm-hmm. And that whole, those people spew some of the most vile, racist, disgusting shit you've ever heard. And this guy is an avowed black nationalist, BLM dude, radicalized by the media that gets off on radicalizing people because riots get ratings. Mm-hmm. And away you go.
And away you go.
It would not shock me if he did this as part of a group.
Yeah, so I'm expecting one more person to pass away, and it's probably going to happen.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
When they take them off, they're probably in a medically induced coma, or they're in a coma because of trauma, and they're going to take them off life support, and the person's going to expire.
So, do you think this tragedy here will spark other cities to cancel parades?
I have no idea.
Canceled?
All I know is
it already did. It already did.
Oh,
I
no
think
shit.
what was it? Menominee Falls, Mequon, one of those kind of like outskirt suburb sort of areas of Milwaukee already canceled one of their holiday parades in fear of it. It's like, so you're just gonna bend the knee to these freaking terrorists over this crap? What the hell happened? We don't negotiate with these type of fucking scum of the earth.
I know, bro, but you got to understand the problem we have now is people who are getting put in charge are soft, weak motherfuckers who probably didn't have a father in their life, and all they want to do is
I've got a section about that.
You what?
In charge
or they've been deliberately
I've got
installed.
a section of my notes about the chief of police in Waukesha, and this is actually another couple of red flags here.
Okay.
What do you got?
So the current chief of police of Waukesha is Daniel Thompson. He did 29 years as Milwaukee PD. He was executive. He had executive position of inspector of police. That was the last job he did. Now he did 29 years of MPD. That's close to big city policing as you'll probably get in Wisconsin. Unless you go south of the border into Chicago, that's way bigger PD. But this guy did 29 years. So he's got a lot of police experience. However, Milwaukee, probably Democrat. And he also led a bunch of Milwaukee PD in kneeling for BLM during the George Floyd totally peaceful but fiery
Yeah, I got
protest.
you.
Totally
I got you.
peaceful.
So I'm like, okay, what was this guy just pulling a boomer, trying to keep the peace, not really understanding what was going on? Maybe, but this is some really fucked up shit, and I'm not sure if it's worth extending that, benefit of the doubt at this point. I'm not saying this guy's incompetent. His guy's had a great response time, but
I hear ya.
Guy's got a history, and a couple questions, came up from that.
So then their response time could be
Yeah.
chalked up to just what you were saying. Police on standby already because there was a parade.
Yep.
Because they have to be
Yeah.
there to, keep intersections clear, make sure everything goes forward, people don't break the line, all that.
Yeah. All I know is this is not a good thing.
No.
And if this happens on a regular basis, it will heat up.
Yep. Damn.
Just
All
saying.
right, man. Thank you so much for calling in, brother. We appreciate it. I had to put you up there as Pinky because I always got to read your super chats as Pinky.
And you know what? If you get any more
I
info,
appreciate.
you have any more info, let us know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I
stay in
will.
touch.
I will send that right in. Thanks for having me on, gentlemen. I'll tune back in a live stream as soon as I get the phone situated, the Xbox cracked out with YouTube.
All right,
But yeah,
man.
thanks for having me on. I wish it was under better circumstances, but
Same
thanks
here.
for lending me an ear.
Yeah, we're going to do a Mantastic Moment party
Getting out there some
next
sketchy
year
stuff that
sometime.
went down
So
that night.
when that officially gets scheduled, we're
Oh,
going to
what?
let everybody. We're going to do a Mantastic Moment for Pop's last child support payment. So when we officially get that scheduled, we're going to send out a countrywide invite to anybody who wants to come, and we're going to do a live stream there with everybody in the room. It's going to be glorious.
When's that supposed
Fuck
to
yeah!
happen?
Just
Probably
make sure
July
it's not
next year.
this coming January, because that is my dad's last alimony payment, and I'm getting him fucking drunk as hell that night.
All right.
All right.
That's
That's
his last alimony. So fuck
And
yeah.
you know what?
As long as it's not interfering with that, I will fucking be there, and I'll bring as much Wisconsin beer, cheese, and bourbon as I can legally bring.
And have your father watch my video I did called Mantastic Moments.
It's a good time.
Oh no, me and him watched a whole bunch of your vids. That's how we
All right.
reconnected after the divorce.
All right.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
And yeah, me and my brother and everything. So yeah, you guys have done a lot for me, and I appreciate you guys letting me on the show.
No problem, man.
Anytime, man. We're going to have to do more call-in shows, but I got to figure out a way to make it work where we're not involving Google, because Google apparently decided that Google Voice is no longer going to work for us.
Okay. Fuck him.
Fuck 'em.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
Have a good night, brother. Thank you.
Yep. Take it easy. Narf.
Narf.
All right. That's pretty cool. We got a lot of internal stuff going on.
Yeah, the media is not talking about any of this shit.
Nope.
And a lot of them are trying to avoid the truth about this gentleman here. Daryl Brooks, this is the guy. Waukesha Parade Massacre suspect's criminal record. Milwaukee courts let him free. Shocker. His backlogged court system is responsible for the man in custody in Waukesha Parade Massacre remaining on the streets more than a year after he was charged with serious felonies, including a gun offense. He has 2 open felony cases in Milwaukee County and a lengthy string of criminal arrests across multiple counties and states, including trying to run someone else down with his car. I sense a pattern here. And he is an admitted child trafficker.
I know. I read that.
That's good times. You want to shall we watch?
Scumbag.
It just gets better and better.
Oh yeah, all the time. Should we watch it or
Yeah.
no? It's quite.
Well,
quite
the
good.
situation's already as bad as it's going to get right now until there's going to be more information to come out later. So
Yep.
it's no point in playing that video. I'm sure people have already seen it millions
Yeah.
of times.
And the media and celebrities, of course, can always be counted on to embarrass themselves. Illinois Democrat who used Rittenhouse case to mock Waukesha tragedy has resigned. She actually had the balls to conflate the two and say, oh, I'm sure that he'll just declare it was self-defense. But of course, at the time, I'm sure she thought it was, evil white Supreme Pizza who decided to drive his car through the crowd. Mary Lemansky is her name, and she resigned from her position as social media director of the Democratic Party of DuPage County, Illinois on Monday morning. After they skewered her and basically said, you fucked up.
Well, I mean, this is the left.
Yep.
I mean, when somebody who's crazy tells you they're fucking crazy, you should believe them.
Yep.
All right? That's exactly what's going on here.
Yep. She said, the blood of Kyle Rittenhouse's victims is on the hands of Wisconsin citizens, even the children. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You can totally just ram these two things together.
What is the deal with the left's just victimization of,
Everyone.
Victimhood
Yes.
makes money.
Yeah, obviously now.
Yep.
I mean,
Victimhood
it's
makes
just
a lot
like
of
they're a collective group of narcissists.
Yep. There's like an actual hierarchy of oppression that they feel like they have to abide by. And right now, manual transmissions are like right at the top, and feminists hate that. The alphabet community, like the other ones who they're like, I don't know about that. They hate that.
Well, they're all in their own echo chamber.
Yep.
And for right now, each one is going for the number one spot on the soapbox of who is the most or least victimized.
Pretty much, yeah.
And here's the sad part. If you live your life believing you're a victim, you will never succeed at anything.
No. That explains a lot, actually, when you take a look at them all.
Yep.
Just saying. All right, let's jump back into the super chats here, because that was depressing
Yes.
and screwed up. K to the Swiss, the 4.62 valve and the Crown Victorias and Mustangs are good engines indeed. Taking one to Texas from Wisconsin Thursday, and I will be enjoying it.
Outstanding.
Yeah. Extraction expert with a $10 donation. I do not see a comment, so if you had one, Susan deleted it. Maybe not personally, but the buck stops here. This Corn Pop's a bad dude. Travis Wolf, Popp as Judge Knife Hand will come out in 5 minutes. Oh, Popp as Judge. Knife Hand will come out in 5 minutes. You got to do the thing. Knife Hand will come out in 5 minutes.
Hey, knife hand will come out in 5 minutes. Unfuck yourself.
Was that or was that not genius yesterday when I had Z do the Terrence?
Yeah.
Going to die.
That sounds just like my doctor. Except the voice is deeper and he talks just a little slower.
K to the Swiss. Yeah, Han Solo, you can't see what they are doing. Well, Han did shoot first.
Of course he did.
Can you blame them?
No, I can't.
I would have.
I'm just saying,
Welcome.
if somebody is pointing their gun at you, you can shoot first. Wow. Leftoids are going to be going back to Star Wars now and Rittenhousing that shit. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How dare you? We need the special editions. Oh, God. And I just depressed myself even more. Triggers McNickers. This trial made it evident that corporate media are paid propagandists for financial elites, but I have a personal story as a journalist intern proving that the media purposely sold the Iraq War. Oh, yeah.
That's not a shocker. We all knew that.
Yep. Cliff3188 with a couple little beer emojis there clinking. I might have a beer later. Channel 1-800-DUMB. Popp flying knee and elbow to his throat. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Go full Ong back. Crimson Hawk. Redonkulous motto. Damage my heart, I damage yours. Glass raised.
Well, it's only fair.
I see an 8-year-old boy getting creamed and before he can even reach his prime, and apparently his 12-year-old brother is still in serious condition as well.
That's terrible.
I can't imagine how their parents must be feeling right now.
Yeah. That's just terrible.
Damn. Crimson Hawk again. A negotiator could forge this. Maybe. Robert Anderson. Apparently Darrell Brooks was a failed rapper, not anymore. Sells rap music more than having a criminal record. How our civilization has fallen. But you put Bane voice please at the end, you got to put it at the beginning. So I know to do it. I don't read backwards. I'm not Popp.
Yeah. Sorry.
D is for Lisdexia. Make Lisdexia great again. Buy the hat. Good times. Cliff3188. The media is going to spin this saying, even if you leave shithole cities to small-town America, you are still not safe. Trust the Fed instead.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll save you because gun control has done so much for major cities.
Yeah, look at New York. Look at Chicago.
Yeah.
L.A.
Chicago, as you call it.
Portland.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if the New York Times actually did real journalism by pure accident and had to admit they screwed up. I mean, come on.
Like where I came from there in Louisiana, New Orleans.
New Orleans.
All the time.
Yeah. Just in case anybody was wondering, I do have receipts. We were planning on talking about this tonight, but when Airman Fitzwell decided to come back into town, we axed it to give him time to tell his military story, but I'll throw it up here for you. New York Times journalists explore what happens when Democrats have all the power and find out blue states are the problem. That's a pair of them. They decided to set out to explore what happens when Democrats control all the levels of power in state and local governments across the country, and they were shocked to discover that blue states, not red ones, are the problem. What do Democrats actually do when they have all the power? They focused on three core initiatives: affordable housing, economic equality, educational opportunity. In the end, they discovered that liberal hypocrisy, not Republican opposition, is fueling American inequality, and that things are actually much worse in blue states than they are in red.
Agreed.
I
agree.
You could tell.
Shocker.
Yeah.
I mean, the blue states are running their cities into the fucking ground.
I remember going to Seattle, visiting family, and Seattle was actually a beautiful city.
Yep. Blue states are where the housing crisis is located. Blue states are where the disparities in education funding are the most dramatic. Blue states are where the places where tens of thousands of homeless people are living on the streets. Blue states are the places where economic inequality is increasing most quickly in this country. This is not a problem of not doing well enough. It is a situation where blue states are the problem.
Yep.
Affluent liberals tend to be really good at showing up at the marches and talking about how they love equality and putting signs in their lawns saying all are welcome here. But by their action, what they're actually saying is, we believe in these ideals, just not in my backyard. Wow. The New York Times did real journalism completely by accident, and they actually decided to follow through on it and publish it.
Ooh, oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, we're coming up on the end. What's our count?
All right, 1,170 still watching over on YouTube.
All right.
60 on MGTOW.tv, 167 on Odyssey. D-Live is still taking a crap, 85 on Twitch. Thank you all very much for tuning in. We still got some more super chats here for you. Else knows, whatever happened to Ahmad Alissa, the Boulder, Colorado mass killer? It's been almost a year, and we still don't know his motive. Gee, I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't fit the narrative, that's why. They'll probably charge him and, or put him on trial in private if they put him on trial at all. If he doesn't get disappeared somewhere or,
Epstein
commit suicide in his jail cell. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to hang himself with Swizzler sticks.
Are you guys going to be doing one on Gilsey Maxwell's trial?
Well, we can, right now, I mean, it just started. And
It's a blackout. I know
blackout.
that.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, well, they haven't done opening statements until the end of this month.
Okay, but jury selection was still underway, or is that done?
I think that's just about done.
I have no idea. First of all, the whole process of selecting jurors is a fucking clusterfuck.
I know.
A little bit.
It's just a clusterfuck.
I know.
Marcus Somerville, hey, he's still alive. Popp and Blake, the Australian government used ADF soldiers to force vax and detain 38 Aboriginal citizens from a remote community based on a rumor.
I know.
Keep us in your thoughts because shit's getting real here.
That's right. Listen, the people in Australia need to organize and fight back because your government is going off the fucking rail.
No kidding.
And it's being run by feminists, and the feminism likes to, they want equality of outcome, which
equity.
Equity, which is socialism.
Yep.
All right. So your country is being fucking wrecked by these goddamn leftoid feminists. And you know what? And when it goes south, you really only have yourselves to blame because you let it happen.
You're damn right.
Well, you deserve what you vote for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When elections are allowed to happen, as a country, you get the government you deserve.
Yes.
Yeah, but with
It's
the
unfortunate, but it is what it is.
but with the crazy ice cream social that we
I
saw,
just said when elections are allowed to happen like they're supposed to, you get the government you deserve. And in the case of these people going around rioting and looting and, bashing shit up, this is what they wanted. And they're still whining about it. And I love it. This whole damn system is corrupt. What's the solution? Give it more power.
Huh?
How the fuck does that work?
Because that's what they're doing. That's
I know.
exactly what they're saying. And that's why critical race theory self-refutes its own premise. This is a systemically corrupted racist thing. It's all built on slavery, and it's all terrible. All the people at the top are corrupt. Okay, what do we do? Pay more taxes. Sure. Sure.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Makes all the sense in
And
the
then-
world as long as you're a fucking moron.
Then add climate change on top.
Yeah, climate change on top.
Yeah.
Which climate change is really just outsourcing pollution to other world countries.
Yeah.
Outsourcing pollution. Yeah.
Well, it's exactly what we just said here. It's like, well, we want these things, just not in my backyard. Like I still want my smartphone. I just don't want the pollution. Like I don't care if there's like 58 smokestacks in one small city in China.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want them in my backyard. It's all just feel good, hippie, trippy, NIMBYist nonsense.
China and India are the worst.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
I want to say it's like 25 or 27 different megacities around the world basically produce over 90% of all the pollution, and most of them are in China.
Unfortunately, if we have to depend on China to give us any data to make these assumptions, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
It's quite horrendous. Okay, I was a little bit off on it. I still have this up on my phone because I was like, holy shit, 25 megacities produce 52% of the world's urban greenhouse gas emissions. And yes, most of them are in China.
Yep.
Jail. What do we got here? Thumper the sweaty fat guy. What's going on, sir? Dyslexics of the world, untie. Get me some menagerie tonight. I see the load toad is on. Do I seem like a glowy to you guys? No, you seem like a rigger.
Not a rigger.
Rigger, please.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn, rigger. Blank Joker. The American press is a shame and a reproach to a civilized people. When a man is too lazy to work and too cowardly to steal, he becomes an editor and manufactures public opinion. General Sherman.
Ooh.
That's
a good burn.
I like it.
That's an underhanded back slap if you ever hear one.
Mm-hmm. That's almost as good as Malcolm X on white liberals. That was glorious. No wonder they only smash on MLK Jr. and they don't talk about Malcolm X because they don't want people going back and reading that shit.
No.
Robert Anderson, the family is trying to petition the UN to have her released due to the horrid conditions. It's prison. What do you expect?
Who's getting
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, the horrid conditions?
Or Ghislaine. Yeah, it sounds like a road.
I know.
It must have been the road leading up to Pedo Island. Ghislaine.
Well, I'm going to be honest.
the
If it's
boat.
run like they're Epstein, she is in danger.
Oh, yeah. She's going to wind up dead someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not going to be able to get so much. There's going to be a point to us where the information is going to be too critical.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is going to be her last Spanksgiving.
Yes.
Probably
in jail.
correct. Probably correct.
Jail.
She's wearing that prison orange.
Yep. Maverick 7508. CNN modified the image of the driver. Oh.
Did they?
This is interesting. Maverick 7508. I cannot click on links that are sent through Streamlabs. Could you email that to me? redonkulousblake@gmail.com. Do that right away. I really want to take a look at that.
Or Redonkulous12.
Or Redonkulous12. Well, Redonkulous Blake, I've already got up here.
All right, yeah,
Just
okay.
makes it easier. Jackal the Emperor, beer money, you pink eye noticing, innovative, Skriger evading soldiers.
Wow.
That is an extremely clever acrostic.
Wow.
Did you
Wow.
catch that?
Yeah.
Penis. Penises.
Yeah.
Condolences to the families of the victims of this socialist-initiated race war. It's what they want. That's why they're pushing CRT. It's Marxism, but instead of class warfare, you've got race.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to motivate the races than it is the actual classes.
Well, they learned that when they got one of the strongest family units in this country to go from zero to retard and over 70% of births out of wedlock in less than a century.
It's like 60 years.
Yep.
A little over 50 years.
And I keep telling you guys, if you average out the median income of families by race and then put it next to single parenthood, the lines are parallel. But it's all about racism. Yeah, you just keep thinking
that's right.
that. Yeah. Wah. Jimmy Bones, I drove 14 and a half hours to Vegas for the CME. I don't think I won't drive to Michigan for a Mantastic Moment party. Yeah! I'll be sure to bring 5 or 6 bottles of Bird Dog with me. Winning.
That's brilliant, Jimmy.
Jimmy's the only one with his own memes so far.
All right.
I will get some for the rest of you guys. I'll have to get some Pinky in the Brain. Somebody else sent me one from South Park for Jimmy, which is perfect. Like, you're thinking with your dick, Jimmy. Don't think it with your dick, Jimmy. Stop. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Jackal the Emperor. Here's a Gizlane that you'd like. Uh-oh. See, I wish that I could actually highlight these things, but I can't. I try. Actually, let me see if I can put this on here.
What is it?
Nope, can't do it.
All right.
Sorry, bruh. Yeah, dudes, if you need to send links, don't send them through Streamlabs because for some stupid reason, I cannot copy and paste them. It's stupid. Send them to me in an email. Just notify me in the chat, and I'll make sure to check them out. Speaking of which, I'm going to see if that one showed up here at the email box. Yes, here it is. Let's check it out. They altered the image, huh?
Oh, wow.
Wow, they really toned it down.
Yeah, it's almost like they color corrected it.
Wow.
A lighter, brighter, whiter domestic terrorist.
CNN versus reality.
Wow.
Thanks, CNN. Good looking out for you. The most trusted name in news.
Wow.
Holy shit. This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, dudes, share this out.
This is
This is
insane.
horrendous. This is absolutely horrendous. Holy shit. Jackal, yeah, if you could send me that other image, I'll make sure that I bring that up there here for you. Much appreciated to everybody. I'm going to jump on over to MGTOW.tv, check out the chats over here. Last one that we reviewed on this site was from Crimson Hawk. It looks like we got a few more. Greg V976, Nancy Polassi needs a big F off. I think I can arrange that for you right here.
Okay, we're going to have to go with a big fuck off.
There you go.
You caught that by mistake, too.
It was funny as hell. When we just started filming, you're like, I got to get food. I'm hangry. Dick Almighty at HQ website response: Colombia, Venezuela, those areas women understand. Their best chance at getting a good husband is being a top-notch feminine female, not an overeducated, overworked, overfucked, overweight, and over-baggaged female.
Absolutely correct.
Damn. Iapetus, okay, serious think time. Yes. It's always serious think time. We just like to apply a liberal amount of booze with it. Dick Almighty at GL Prime 2814. You must have missed yesterday's redonkulous stream. Fuck it, let's just start the killing fields. It's not a victory strategy. It's a civil war, more like the Revolutionary War where neighbors killed neighbors. It's the Patriot, not Gettysburg, and the military knowledge and weapons are exponentially better this time.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the fighting's going to be different.
Yes.
All right, you're not going to have, lines. I mean, that might happen down the road when it really, really kicks off. But in the beginning, you're going to have flash mob attacks. Yeah. People show up and they, do what they got to do.
We talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
The lines are going to be very fluid, so you're not going to know who's who. So you're pretty much your own fire team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
Jail. Iapetus, how big of a massacre will it take to get people to wise up or spark the two-way rifle range? Will it seriously take a nuclear attack to get people to take action? I know it's a controversial opinion, but screw it. With all this happening, I would rather the two-way rifle range happen now, so the end of all of this will come sooner.
I really don't know what it's going to take, other than the fact there's a big ball of people in the middle. And until they are all negative, or a majority of them are negatively impacted, they're not going to move.
I think it's just going to be one big grid blackout.
I don't know.
Cities will go dark. People within 3 days will be eating their own. Well, metaphorically, but
The people in the sticks will survive.
yes, it's your big cities,
Yep.
your big liberal cities, because WIC cards aren't going to work, ATMs aren't going to work, banks aren't going to give out money.
Yep. They'll get cut off from all the water, all the power, because all of that has to be brought in
heat,
from somewhere else.
no gas.
Yep.
And all your other essential services will be regulated. Grocery stores, gas stations at a time. The city will either one of two things, or the state government will nationalize it.
Yeah.
And you'll be rationed.
Yep. Which nationalization is one of the many things that Biden is trying to do to several elements of infrastructure.
Yes, he is.
And the people marching in the streets claim that they're anti-fascist, and yet they support him. Shocker.
The dictatorship?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you. How many more we got left?
We got a couple more here. Ballistic Zero, hippity hoppity, get off my property, rigger. Anastasius Focht after the Battle of Tukaid. If I'm even pronouncing that correctly. Oh, let's see. Jumping over to Odyssey here. Ass Falcon donated 25 library coin and just put a period in it. Are you telling me what time of the month it is? Maybe that's why you're Ass Falcon.
Ass Falcon.
You're Ass Falcon for the next 6 days. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The Rogues Tavern. The revolution will not be televised. Only the allowed narrative will prevail.
We'll see.
We shall see. Well, I mean, the media will be in those big cities that get their power cut. So,
and they are going to become active targets.
Yes, because they will be seen as traitors to the state, the real state, the people. Mm-hmm. Laszlo the Instigator, 20-year 15 T4P, retired here. Your stories mirror many of mine, and listening to your advice is paramount for the young turds out there. NSDQ.
I'm just an old senior NCO trying to guide the dumbasses behind me. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
All right. Everybody settle in. Pour yourself a shot. It's poetry time.
Oh, here we go.
Owl Dude on Odyssey, 100 library coins, and a piece of comedy gold. There was a miscreant named JoJo. Did hard time for being a chomo. He went after Kyle, who shot him with style. Now JoJo ain't touching kids no mo.
Jeez.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what happened, I guess.
Outstanding, Owl Dude. You get a gold star. Rougarou sent you an email. Yes, you did. The Gen X TV guide. This is kind of fun here. I'm going to throw this up here for you. This is all the live streams from your favorite creators. Sunday, American Rant, with all the times here. Salty Cracker as well. Monday, got Grunt Speak Live and Red Dawn Radio. Tuesday, Grunt Speak Live in the evening. Apparently, we're all alone tonight. That's kind of fun. Wednesday, Grunt Speak Live again, Salty Cracker in the evening. Thursday, Loyal 9. And again on Friday, Red Dawn Radio and Salty Cracker. And don't forget, Thursdays you do get free, well, if you're a supporter of the show, you do get access to the man, special members-only live streams. So check it out. If you guys have not yet signed up, you can see up there at the top of the screen, locals.com, Subscribestar, Patreon.
Well, let's let everyone know we will not be on Wednesday or Thursday because we have Murphy and family issues going on.
Yes. My wife's mom is not doing very well. Mm-hmm. She has already been under the knife several times within the last year. The last time she went septic for a while, managed to pull out of it. But now she has to go under again, and odds are not looking very good.
Well, the rule is once they start cutting on you, they will always be cutting on you.
Yeah, it seems to be the way of things.
Because only on less than 50% of the time do you get a surgery, and then you forget about it, and it's not. It just is a non-issue.
Yep.
I had two major ones, my hip and my back.
I know. And you feel it every day.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I said, once the status changed in my life.
Yep.
Yep.
There you go. But, you know, here we go.
There we go.
So this is the jizz lane that we all know and love, apparently. There.
Yeah.
That's good times. Must be from some anime show that I don't know.
I've never seen it.
Are we gonna get banned for that, YouTube? We're gonna get banned even though it's a cartoon.
You never know.
F you. F YouTube.
You never know.
F him in the a-hole with a big rubber dick.
Is that it?
Thank you very much, Jackal the Emperor. I'm going to jump over here, make sure that I check them all again. We may have some more on YouTube. I think we do. All right, Robert Anderson again in a whiny voice. I want my new cell phone now. I don't care about the kids who have to make them for 25 cents an hour. I want it now. And some of these chicks will actually bed down like 70-year-old dudes who promise them a new iPhone. And then they whine about it on their Snapchat while they're getting plowed. Have you seen these videos?
No.
They're disgusting.
Well, those iPhones are expensive, man.
Yeah, they are. 2 girls, 1 iPhone. Channel 1-800-DUMB. Just saying.
Woo! That's a blast from the past.
Get your Crapple products now. I say that knowing that I'm surrounded by Crapple products, but hey, they work. And really, when you're talking about virtually everything getting mined from China, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. At least I'm using it for good.
Well, look what China's going to end up doing to Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Another large deposit of lithium. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, China's going to go into Afghanistan, and it's going to be all kumbaya in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So China's going into Afghanistan specifically to
They
mitigate
want
Pop's ex-wife.
Look what they did to Africa.
I know.
Yeah.
You just totally ruined my joke.
So, allegedly.
Allegedly.
You're going to get me sued, bro.
So they're going in there just
Allegedly.
to medicate your ex-wife, man. All that lithium.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. This is all done in. It's all done in jest. They're just fucking around here.
I mean, she can't get the the hot dog express rammed into her cake hole anymore. So
Allegedly.
got to get calmed down.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
I have no idea what.
it's like Ritalin for whores.
I have no idea. This is all rumor control. You're gonna fucking get me sued, bro. Stop.
We're not saying her name.
Stop. You're gonna get me sued, bro.
All we can call her is the former Mrs. Popp.
Okay.
Maybe she's the weasel. Channel 1-800-DUMB. Kiss the lad tonight, Blakey. Happy Papa. Last pay.
All right.
Yes. Well, it's going to be when? July?
I don't know.
Is
I
your-
have to figure out
The
a
last
date
payment?
when we're
Okay.
doing it.
Well, even if the party itself doesn't happen in July, we can always plan it for later in the year because I want to make sure that I'm going to be available because I'm going to have to run all this shit.
Yeah, I got you.
So, just saying.
I have to run all this shit.
I was just saying. Had to put all this together very quickly tonight. Because I didn't know what, Airman Fitzwell here was going to be in town. You called me at like 6:30, and I'm like, what? Does this mean I have to set up another camera?
Well, at first
Yeah.
I said no. He could just watch, but it was a damn
I
good
didn't want
story.
to just sit here.
But it's a good story. I'm just
look,
saying.
this would be him right now, quietly judging me. to look over and see that for 2
That's
hours.
what my wife says. Anytime we were in a group of her friends, I would just watch and listen. That's it. Like, and she says, you're too judgmental. Coming from the narcissist.
Yeah.
I got
Give
you.
me a reason not to judge.
Give me a reason not to judge.
I like it.
Sell me marriage. I dare you. Okay.
Oh, dude, that's a whole comedy skit in itself.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
9/23. Evening, gents. After last week's live stream, I had to buy another gun safe. The other ones are full, and the postman hates me because bullets are heavy, and they sank right to the bottom of the lake. I mean, I know how that story ends.
I know. You can use them as sinkers for swimming.
Yep. Jonathan Nagy, I honestly can't imagine conservatives ever actually fighting back. You can have 2 conservatives living next door to each other. One gets raided and the other says, at least it wasn't me.
Well, listen.
Those are just the people who want to be left alone. You know what happens when those people get stirred out of,
Yeah.
know,
There's a lot
apathy,
of people
right?
out there that just want to drive on with life and just go through it. They want to be left alone, left to their own devices. And they're very peaceful people. But when you invade their space and you start fucking with them relentlessly and they decide, hey, it's time not to, sit back and sing Kumbaya, I have to put a foot in somebody's ass. And when that happens, you are fucked.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because like I told you earlier, once a man has finally established his peace, okay, and wants to be left alone, whatever, but as soon as anything happens, you invade your space or your emotional landscape just gets tack nuked, things get ugly.
Yes, they do.
Yep. Killdozer comes to mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he could have done that so much better. Like, I really wish
You critiqued that.
I
didn't
could
you?
go back in time.
Should we watch that documentary and just have you critique his performance?
Yes, I'll do that. I will critique
So you
the
honestly do an after-action review on that?
I would. I'm going to be honest. Listen, if I could go back in time, I'd roll back there to about a month or two before we decided to do it, walk up to his garage and go, yo, bro, I know what you're doing. Now, I'm not here to mess with your feng shui. I'm not, I'm from the future, so I'm not telling anyone what's going on. But I'm going to be honest. You need to have 230 cal machine guns and a couple of flamethrowers attached to this. Otherwise, it's just not going to work out right.
It's not going to go for. It's not going to go how you think it's going to go, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I'm a bad person. But I'm just telling you, I'm an agent of chaos, and that's exactly what I would do.
The Joker said he was an agent of chaos.
Yeah, well, what are you going to say?
When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other.
They will.
That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Pete, $4.99 donation. Goddamn contusion.
That's probably Meyer.
It probably is. Damn it, Pete, you bastard.
Gorilla belly right there.
Dick Almighty with a $20 donation on MGTOW.tv says, pray for Blake's mom-in-law. Thank you very much for that. As we've been keeping her in our prayers, too. It's just...
Listen.
She's a very stubborn lady, I'll tell you that.
Well, statistically speaking, if you live long enough,
You're
going to die.
You have a 100% chance of death sooner or later.
You do have a 100% chance of death.
Forecast calls.
It's just like, statistically speaking, people who eat live longer.
That's true. I can't argue with that.
That's just racist.
No, it's racist if all you eat is chicken and waffles.
Well, that's actually pretty good in the middle of the night after you've been drinking.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Once in a while, you can't do it often.
And Bird Dog now has maple-flavored whiskey.
I'm not for that.
It goes pretty good with the chicken and waffles. Not that I would know about that or anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we are done for tonight. Thank you all very much for tuning in. As Popp explained, no streams tomorrow or Thursday because of the holiday week. We're visiting family,
And
things
Murphy.
like that, and Murphy. But we will be back Monday, 12 noon, right here, same bat time, same bat channel. Make sure that you subscribe to at least one of the new tech channels. New check, yes. I'm just smashing shit together. I'm spending too much time with you, man. In the description, because we do broadcast on more than just YouTube. We talk about it every night. Go to MGTOW.tv. Lots of videos on there. Same thing with Odyssey, D-Live. It's good times. Safety briefing.
All right, don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. Wear a condom. Take it with you or flush it down the toilet. If you're one of those peoples that likes to frequent glory holes, be mindful of glory hole etiquette because you can catch yourself something that doesn't go away real quick,
Like
and
a
it's
dick
not
worm.
worth it, especially when you're getting handled by a toothless goat on the other side.
You shouldn't talk about your ex-wife like that.
Come on, you're going to be sued, man.
And I want to extend a special thanks to Senior Airman Richard Fitzwell for coming back on the show. We hope to have you back again sometime, you disgusting rigger.
Because we got, he and I, he was on my team for like 4.5 years. We have all kinds of stories.
Yeah, we do have some stories.
You know
Good
what?
shit.
Who all out there is in favor of just having a stream with just these two jackholes, just bantering Army stories back and forth for like 2 hours? I'll just sit here, laugh my ass off, drink, and run the stream. What do you
We
say?
can bring Pete Meyer on here.
Yeah. Well,
Probably have Goat Belly call in on a.
what I wanted to do was an evil genius story of you.
Oh,
Oh, I think we'll have to save that for next time.
Yes.
yeah.
What's
With the
gonna
mood lighting and all.
Yeah.
Listen, I used to do some pretty evil genius.
Oh,
shit.
what he did was just, it was so picturesque, and yet I was just, it was dirty, but at the same time, funny.
And it had to be done, usually.
It had to be done. It's like, show up to my house. What's going on? Just show up.
Just show up. Crusader Nate says that he is all in favor of the Killdozer breakdown. Redonkulous Theater 3000, Pops and Airman Fitzwell after-action critique for the future.
And we could do the critique of the guy in California who went crazy with the M60 tank and drove around.
Oh, yeah.
He like ran over a whole blocks of cars.
Hey, I'm all for this. If you guys want to do a stream, just the two of you, I will tech run it and I will load up all this shit.
Look, I remember watching a news article where the dude's he comes out of his house and the tank runs over a camper and you can just see him in the background. Dude, that was hilarious, man.
Amazing.
No, I don't know if anyone got killed. I hope they didn't. I know the driver of the tank, they smoked his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came up, they opened the top and shot him.
Ugh.
Which is a bummer, but
Jail.
yeah.
He didn't secure the tank.
He didn't secure
he
the
fucked
tank.
up.
Yeah, he did. First point, secure your immediate surroundings.
All right.
Jonathan Nagy says, my point is conservatives don't stick together. Well, if that were true, you wouldn't see three dudes in the room trying to tell the truth and get the word out there and encourage you all to
This is what's going on now. The left has been organizing and preparing for this for over 15 years.
Ever since the Clintons were in office, longer than that.
Well, when it really started to pick up was at Occupy Wall Street.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Okay. And the right, we have been naive thinking it's just business as usual. Now we're getting, ambushed by this shit.
Yes.
It's going to just be a matter of time before the right starts to organize and fight back. And we're starting to see that with all of these parents flipping out over the CRT being taught to their kids. And it's going to get even more powerful because they want to vax your kids, treat everyone like a goddamn, farm animal that they could vaccinate at any time. Now you got to understand is once the government has the power to force a medical procedure on you, they can make you do fucking anything.
Yep.
They could sterilize you. Like if you have 2 good kidneys, hey, you know what? You got 2 good kidneys. We're taking one because this person needs one. Fuck that shit.
Amen to that.
All right, I'm getting worked up. We got to roll out of here. I'm going to freak out.
And to Mr. Nagy out there, do not conflate the actions of rhinos and neocons with actual conservatives with people out there in the world.
Oh,
politicians are cowards by nature.
Like my politics, I'm like a libertarian conservative.
Yeah.
All right, I believe in the Constitution. I believe in this country. I believe that we should have the innate right to be left the fuck alone.
That's basically
to live our fucking lives.
Yeah. Don't ask me to pay for shit.
Don't tax me for stupid shit.
Don't claim that healthcare is a human right, and then champion doctors refusing to treat sick patients because of MAPOK.
Yeah.
Okay? Fuck that, and fuck you. In fact,
fuck you and all your motherfucking friends, nigga. Give a fuck if y'all in kindergarten, I'll whoop y'all motherfucking ass. That's why Santa Claus ain't real, bitch. That's why I fucked your mama. I'll fuck up all your kids. I don't care, goddammit. Huh? Prove it to me. Prove it to me. That's why you ain't going to Disney World, bitch. Fuck you and your friends. Fuck all y'all.
never gets old.
Never gets old.
Never gets old.
All right, take it easy.
But we're getting old, so we got to go to bed. Well, we'll see you Monday. Have a happy Thanksgiving or Spanksgiving or Slapsgiving, whatever it is you celebrate.
Suck a dick.
And if you're celebrating No Nut November, I guess you don't get to stuff a turkey. Wah, wah, wah. See you later.